Welcome back, guys. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is The Real, episode 206 of GG's The Mouthful Podcast.
Yeah!
Yes.
That was not very good. I apologize for that. Me. Okay, we'll fix it. We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Well done. That voice, of course, is Mr. Dream Twister, aka David Santos. What is up, sir?
Hello, Governor. You guys are probably going to be hearing a lot of noise and stuff because I bought a new headset and I'm fidgeting with the mic now, like moving it here and there, thinking that I can fix the way I sound, but I'm always going to sound loud.
About the same.
You sound fine, sir.
Yeah.
Relax.
Stop finagling with the mic.
Stop dropping the mic. All right.
Never stop dropping the mic.
That is the bumper sticker.
Other voice on the other side of Florida is Mr. Chaos Reaper, aka Gilberto. What is up, sir?
I love how he interrupted you and you didn't restart, just carried on where you left off. That was beautiful, and kudos to you, sir.
Oh, it comes from practice. It comes from practice from all the times that we've been doing this on Skype. I'm pretty sure he has gotten used to it.
It's become a natural skill, actually.
Nice. Very nice. Very smooth.
Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time listening, I need you to go real quick to goodgame.rocks and join the conversation there. And of course, if you're listening to this on any of the podcast services around the world, please like, subscribe, and share. What we normally do, guys, first is we go into what we have been up to, move on into some various news items, and then we finish with our hot topic of the week. This week's hot topic.
Now you're gonna
the show is about nothing.
Yes.
We're just gonna shoot the shit.
This could be fun.
We're just gonna. Were you on the last one that we did, Chaos?
I believe so, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think I want to say yes. It was either you or Shadow, yeah. But I want to say yes as well.
There was a third chair.
There was a prior show, and it was really probably one of those times of the year where there's not a lot of news, there's not a lot of stuff going on. And so we said, all right, well, we're just going to make it a show about nothing. And so, yeah, considering there's actually a good amount of news. But
nothing stops the signal.
That's right.
There you go.
TM.
I love it. Trademarked. Right. I love it. All right, guys. Well, first, let's start with what we have been up to. Today, we're going to start with Mr. Chaos Reaper. What the hell you been doing, sir?
I knew. The second I put that chip in my mouth, that you were going to start with me, sir.
That's how it works, sir. That's how it works.
I knew it. Well, I finished. Did I finish Doom by the previous podcast? Yes, I had. So I restarted it again. I was starting that before we started the podcast.
And you refinished it again.
No, God no. God no. You see, I wanted to experience a fresh start on Doom Eternal on Nightmare difficulty.
Oh shit.
I have died countless times already.
But you're still standing.
Yes. I'm gonna push through. I want to see the end of this. Now, I am not going to try Ultra Nightmare.
No. That's for superhuman.
Listen,
people.
I've died to like the dumbest shit already. Like, I at one point there's these two Mancubus that spawn, and one of them like spawns right in front of you, and then there's another one behind you. I saw the one in front of me, shotgun him, and dash backwards straight into a flamethrower that murdered me in like 2 hits.
For those who don't know, explain Ultra Nightmare.
Okay. Ultra Nightmare is Nightmare difficulty, which the enemies do a shit ton of damage and they attack more frequently, with a twist. If you die, you have to restart the whole game.
So it's permadeath.
Yes. And
That
from
sounds like fun.
what I read from what I read from the runes, the rune that lets you live one hit,
Mm-hmm.
it only refreshes after death.
Well,
So-
isn't that the way that always works?
Yeah, but does that mean that it only works once per run?
I think if you collect
Extra lives?
I see what you mean. Yeah, does it only work like literally just
'Cause
once and then permadeath?
Extra
Yeah.
lives, you don't really die.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. That's
it's just
So unless it works with at least extra lives, you literally have only one extra shot with that rune, and that's it.
and that's it. The
that's
one
it.
where the rune that basically it prevents you from dying and it puts everything in slow motion so you can sort of escape.
Yeah.
And usually I'm just too stubborn to escape, so I try to kill whoever has killed me, and I'm unable to, and then never
Then you
survive.
die.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend, if you're playing on Nightmare, I'm going to recommend that you give that rune a shot this
I will.
playthrough out.
I will. I made the mistake of not picking it up immediately, but as soon as I can grab another rune, that's the one I'm gonna grab because it is ridiculous the amount of dude.
Yeah,
A
it's only
zombie
mandatory.
killed me.
Yeah.
A zombie killed me because I was backing up and I get stuck with a demon, which was a zombie, and he just slapped me to death.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
it took like 3 slaps to kill me.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I'm almost pulling my hair out because you die to everything. You just like you fall in the lava, you got like 2 seconds before you're dead. I have picked up armor and health just to lose it immediately as soon as I go. Like I have 17 of health. I'm running. I grab 30 of health. I grab like 20 of armor. I get hit once, lost it all again, down at 17 health. What the fuck am I gonna do now?
What kind of fucked up method is that? You waste 75 of health to pick up 10 of armor.
Oh my god.
And it happens so much that it's not even like it's just so normal now. It's the normal. It's like, oh, it happened to me again. I try to grab that 5 points of armor and I wasted
Yeah.
35 health. So,
That actually happened to
it.
me with one of those demons one of those zombies that have the flamethrower. Like, all right, let me use my flamethrower to get some armor out of this asshole. I had 125 of health. I walked out of there with 65. But I had 25 of armor.
Hey, at least you're not killing yourself, in the game to grab an extra life, because that has happened.
I did that already.
Yeah. I was going to say that happens to everybody.
Oh, okay.
I did that already.
It's happened to everybody.
Okay, good. I feel better then.
Yes, you may feel better about yourself, sir. I did that already.
I bet you everyone listening who's played the game going, what are you talking about? That happened in level 1. What the hell?
Damn, if it happened to everyone, they probably should get good.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been one to try that kind of modes. I'm fairly certain that I can do it, but it will take so much work and so much time and so much patience. I will have to. I will have to become a hermit to do it because I would probably be in a constant bad mood all the time.
I don't doubt that.
You'd have to become dark, is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which he wants to try it, by the way. And every time I die, like I've had him on the headset, I'm like, I died,
Wait,
and I died.
Are you playing on? Are you playing on
Nightmare?
On Nightmare?
Yeah.
Okay. Can someone remind me again what the fucking order is? Because I don't know.
It's Ultra Violence and then Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nightmare is the highest difficulty before Ultra Nightmare.
Before Ultra, yeah. Before your the permanent.
Before the permadeath mode. Yes.
Holy shit! No, never mind. What the hell are you doing? So you basically skipped a whole level.
I skipped that entire mode, went straight to the good shit.
Yeah, no, that's masochism.
Well, I guess not the good. The good shit would be Ultra Nightmare. But you see, The only thing that kind of put me off that I almost didn't do it, you don't even get a trophy for this.
No.
That has got to be the worst, man. It's like
You get a skin for the Doomslayer.
a
There
good
you
one.
go.
I
Oh,
don't
please, not
fucking
the
know.
not
Does it
the.
even, no, the unicorn one.
No,
Uh,
you get that. I got that by just being an Amazon subscriber, literally.
Yeah, you gotta link your
uh,
Twitch with your Bethesda account, and
Yeah.
you get the. I didn't do it. I'm not interested. Thank you very much.
Ditto.
Yeah, I just grab it to say, hey, I have it, and because I am an Amazon subscriber already, and I already have Twitch uh with Bethesda, so
So
it was
you
like,
can bet your ass that as soon as I get the skin for whatever skin I get for clearing in a nightmare, I'm gonna take a screenshot and plaster it all over Facebook because I get no trophies for this. This is the only bragging rights I get. It's a damn skin for a game that the multiplayer it's not gonna live long because who cares about it?
There's
actually,
already videos. There's already videos about how it failed. I was just like, damn, it just came out.
really,
What the hell?
I could
Yeah,
have
yeah.
I could have sworn that I was reading the opposite on an article. Let me see if I find it now.
I
Uh,
mean, I
because
played
evidently
it.
people
Possible.
are,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
evidently people are playing it.
it's all right, but it's nothing to get excited over.
I mean, it's no,
It
I
doesn't
don't
have
know
the
what to describe
draw
it
of
to. I
like,
don't know. It's no,
yeah,
It's
it's
no
no,
a
it's no,
plug a good player here.
fucking,
yeah.
let me see, it's no
Let me,
Overwatch.
Overwatch. Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
yeah, right. It's no Overwatch. It's no Apex. It's no old style Call of Duty. And I'm
Listen,
like the original Modern
it's a
Warfare
lot
2.
better than what they did with the first one when they
It
tried to
did.
do the snap map. Because the first one
Um,
was just straight deathmatch, and I'm sorry, but it's time to declare it. Deathmatch outside of Call of Duty, it's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, I hate to admit that, but it's not flourishing anywhere.
I always feel like it should be a mode within a multiplayer game, but it
Yeah,
shouldn't be the only thing on the multiplayer game.
right, right. Well,
Um,
let's see how that supposed free DLC that is coming is gonna be.
yeah. Uh, so so yeah, that's what I've been doing to Doom Eternal. I thought about streaming it, but then I'm going to get seriously mad at this game. Like I
Mhm.
know I will, and I have. I was trying to get the super shotgun, like that the
Mm.
little part where you kind of like drop to this thing surrounded by spikes and a bunch of enemies spawn, and holy shit! Like the whiplashes, I hated them on Hurt Me Plenty. I abhor them in Nightmare.
Damn.
it's I mean any enemy can literally kill. Like I don't remember. I think it's the imps, the ones that like jump and shoot this line balls at you or whatever. They have
Uh-huh.
pinpoint accuracy, and it's just so endlessly annoying.
Whoa.
But I will do this. Just imagine, just Mad Dog, you finished the game. Just
Mhm.
imagine that last boss fight on Ultra Nightmare.
I
I,
honestly,
I
the
will
the
lose my shit.
freaking that just
Yep.
playing it in the mode that I played it in was already ridiculously stressful. I can't even imagine ultra violent. There's no way I can even picture Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare. It's just like
God.
that has to be an all day affair. An
Which
all day affair.
the reason why Dark is confident that he can do it is because he actually did Doom 2016 on Ultra Nightmare. It took him a month and a half to do it.
Oh dear lord.
I can see it.
Yes, I can actually see it too. Especially when he told me it took him a month and a half. I was like, holy, you just imagine playing this fucking game for a month and a half straight, no nonstop. And then he told me a certain boss fight that killed him a couple, like 4 or 5 times. Having to restart the whole game just to get there again, fuck that.
Mm.
And you can start the game with all your weapons and shit because the Ultra Nightmare and Extra Life mode, which I don't know what the Extra Life mode is, but you have to start fresh
Mhm.
from the beginning with nothing but a combat shotgun.
Yeah, Extra Life is basically an arcade mode almost. You know, you just it's just that. It's just hey, you want to stay alive? just grab an extra life. If you die and you still have extra life, then you're cool. If you don't have extra life, then you're dead.
Oh, so okay, so it's kind of like a different spin on permadeath.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like it's permadeath, but you get to have. I guess
So
all our arcades
I,
back in the day were permadeath. No,
yeah,
that's
so
not
it's
true because
arcade, but
you
I
you'll
don't have
flip
to put
forward
in
to
coin.
continue. Right, right. It's permadeath if you have your if you're playing with your last quarter.
Oh,
There you
right,
go.
right, right. It's so it's arcade with your last quarter, sir.
That's right.
I like that. I like that. That's good.
So, other than that, I've been on Monster Hunter World. They have this event that's supposed to start for Easter or whatever, but they have all the previous event quests they're posted. So, there's a couple of quests where you can get decorations from, which I mentioned
Mhm.
it before. If anybody wants to do it, this is the time. Which I know that neither of you will.
There may be listeners who will, for the record. For the record.
Well, Chaos_Reaper shoot me a friend request using name, and I'll help you with it. They added two monsters, the Raging Brachydios, and which is a variant of the normal Brachydios. That's which one of the new monsters in Iceborne, and a Furious Rajang, which is a variant of the Rajang. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a Rajang.
I don't think so, sir. I think I was
It's a
already
gorilla.
past that. It's a
It's
gorilla?
a very angry horned gorilla. Yes.
That's kind of awesome.
Dude, this monkey's amazing. Okay, he is such a trip. He will fuck you up so fast, and it's just oh my god. He shoots beams of electricity out of his mouth and shit. And
Jesus.
when he gets angry, his fur turns gold. It's basically go Super Saiyan on you.
Does he have a weapon too? No, he doesn't have a weapon.
No. He just shoots.
The
He punches you to death and then shoots beams of electricity at you.
The image I did like an image search for him, and there's a hunter kind of standing in front of him at a certain angle. The hunter has a gun on his back, so it looks like the gorilla's carrying the gun. So I was like, does he have a gun? That's not fair.
one of the attacks, he actually grabs you, right? He looks at you, roars in your face, and then just fucking throws you away.
Oh damn!
And then he jumps on you and tries to kill you, right? That's the normal Rajang. The Furious Rajang will grab you, roar in your face, but shoot a beam of electricity while he's doing that. So he's shooting a beam of electricity in your face. It looks so nasty.
Furious Rajang.
And then he throws you against the ground, jumps over, and then smashes you against, just smashes you with his fist, and then you're dead.
Damn.
But I managed to bring down both of them. Me, Dark and Reckless did it. I had to kind of kill Raging Brachydios a couple of times to get the Great Sword because apparently it's competing to be the best Great Sword at the moment. It's competing against Safijiva Great Sword, which is the raid weapon. It's one of the second raid they released, which is Safijiva, which is the final form of Xenojiva, which was the final boss of the vanilla game. Holy shit, that was a long explanation.
It was the cousins, brothers, uncles, twice removed.
Like
And I got none of it.
It's so I've been having. I've actually for the last probably 2 weeks. I've been playing so much on Monster Hunter World that I've barely touched Warframe. I think I logged into Warframe like twice this week.
Just to get your daily update?
Yeah, pretty much. Is there like any events going on? Anything? No? Alright, I'm out. And yeah, that's gaming wise, that's what I've done. That's really it.
When play becomes work.
I am lying. I went back to Neo.
That's right. You did.
I did. Because I'm trying to go through my backlog, right? Because this is the perfect time to do that.
Good.
And the first game I went back to was Fallout 4, which I know that's been forever since I last spoke of it, but if any of you remember, I stopped playing when you had to make a choice which faction you were going to choose to go with.
Okay.
Which ultimately I went with the railroad. I quite frankly murdered everybody, and spoilers to whoever cares, I shot my own son in the face, but then the game blessed me with a replacement son, one that wasn't old. And I
Really?
finished the game in like an hour because that's how far I was from the ending.
Damn.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes, that's how far I was from. I literally ran 2 or 3 missions. Boom, done. I didn't finish the DLCs, and I don't think I will either. So maybe one of these days. And plus, all my weapons felt like so bad. Like I wasn't really killing anything too fast. Like I remember killing a lot of shit faster way back when, but I know that they did some changes to the difficulty to that game at some point. All my shit is useless now.
Really? They nerfed the
Wow.
single player weapons?
They didn't nerf the weapons. They increased the difficulty because people were playing it on the hardest difficulty and were like destroying the game. And I remember this. I remember when they did it because I was in the middle of one of the DLCs when they did it. And when I went back to the game, somebody told me like, just watch out. It's not the same. It's a lot harder. They weren't wrong. I got killed by a fucking, what are those zombies called there? Man, what are zombies
Oh.
called lately?
I forgot the name. Yeah, I know you're talking
God,
about.
they're not zombies. They're just irradiated people.
Right. I
They're
forgot the name.
ghouls. I got killed by a
There you go.
ghoul.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to drop it to normal. And even then, like playing it now, it like I had to shoot someone with a shotgun to the face like 15 times before they drop it. Like, this is ridiculous.
Wow.
I ended up using a sword, a flaming sword to kill everything.
Nice.
So I'm wielding this giant power armor and wielding a sword. That's, I mean, on the power armor, it looks more like a flaming stick because it's really not that big in the power armor.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was okay because war never changes.
Nice plug.
So after that I went back to Neo, which I did not get that far into when I stopped playing it. And I'm using the Kurawisama. I think that's the chain and
Yeah,
is
the
it blade?
sickle.
Yeah,
It's a
sickle.
chain ball and a sickle. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's got it. I don't remember the name. Anyways, I really like that weapon. I really do. It gives you decent range. If you go, mind you, when I went to replaying this game, I was in a cave, and when I finally got to the boss after dying like 5 or 6 times just to get to the boss killed me like 10 times in a row because I had no idea what I was doing. I don't know what these stances are. I don't know. I didn't know anything. So I took my time and like let me try to farm the area around me and get a feel for the controls of the game. And I did. I got better, and I managed to clear the boss after trying it a couple of times and trying to figure out what the hell she did. This lady that paralyzes you, and she hugs you and tries to eat your face, not in a good way.
Whoa.
So currently, I'm trying to fight this guy in this field, and he has the sword with electricity, and he's been killing me like 20 times in a row. I may need to switch my weapon for this fight.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my god!
the Kusarigama.
Yeah, there you
is
go,
the
Gusarigama. And
Damn. I don't even remember.
see, what I don't know is, I'm pretty sure I put all my points wrong because they're kind of all over the place. I'm not really going for any particular build because I don't know what I'm doing. I do have a way to reset it, so I'm going to look online to see what the hell I can do with those points.
I was gonna say, yeah, you can actually redo it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if my armor is supposed to be where it's supposed to be in this part of the game because this guy can literally one-shot me. And I'm gonna like, okay, I know this is a Dark Souls game. I don't know if this is just part of the game or if my armor is just utter shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't. I mean, who knows where you were as far as the thing? But I know if you're using the Kusarigama or any type of quick thing like that, you kind of have to stay nimble. So you got to you want to stay with the lighter armor, but you want to get your level on the armor up, from what I remember. So yeah, I don't know, man. The problem with going too far from games like that is that when you come back, it's almost as like I might have to
yeah,
actually start from the beginning. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's almost like starting I don't know, a 9-season show at season 5. You're like, the
Yeah,
fuck was
it's
happening? Yes.
like leaving it there, coming back, like what the hell's going on again?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But to my advantage, because I am this far, this is like I'm really not that far into the game. I still had the tutorials not done in the game. They're like, oh, this is perfect. So once I kill the boss, I did the tutorials to get a feel of the game, to get a better feel of the game, which I did.
Good.
So
Nice.
yeah, I'm about to leave the first map into whatever comes next. That's so I'm still in the beginning of this game, even though I'm level 40.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so was I. I was level, what I said, 47, 48. I'm like, I don't think I'm far in the game.
Yeah,
Because the
honestly.
levels go over 100. So I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, I've done
Yeah.
nothing then.
But know the feeling.
Yeah. So after this, I'm planning on tackling Sekiro finally.
Sekiro.
Okay. Is this your first time?
It's another game that I started and probably didn't get too far and dropped it.
Okay.
So it's gonna be fun going back and getting my ass handed to me by what I mean. Okay, I don't know if there's any parrying in Neo. From what I've seen, I didn't do any parrying. Although I did unlock a skill that apparently is parrying with the sword.
Yes, there's some pairing, yeah, but
But it's not.
nothing like Sekiro, yeah.
Yeah, it's not crucial like Sekiro, where literally parrying is life.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
I'm
parry.
going to have to learn to parry in Sekiro. And that is going to be another hair-pulling situation.
For some reason,
Yeah.
I had Sekiro. I had played Sekiro for so long. I easily put maybe 30, somewhere between 30 to 40 hours in Sekiro, and it's so ingrained in me to parry that I was trying to parry in Neo as I was playing it the first time. I'm sitting there hearing a button that's not parry, for the record. It's just the button that I have in my head because the game kind of feels similar. Yeah. And I'm going, what am I doing? Why am I keep hitting this button? And I remember, fuck, that's the parry button from Sekiro.
Stop parrying, bro.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's what I've done so far in gaming. Let me go through my head. Yeah, no, that probably about covers it. I think going back to Neo was the biggest thing I've done this week, other than I guess the Nightmare on Doom Eternal. I did watch a couple of movies and some anime. I finished the fourth season they had on Netflix for Hunter x Hunter, and I downloaded Crunchyroll because I want more Hunter x Hunter, and they have more of it on Crunchyroll, so I downloaded Crunchyroll, which I don't know was free, by the way. I thought it was a subscription based, and it's not.
What is not?
Crunchyroll. No, if you download the free one, you just have ads. If you don't want ads, you get a subscription.
Oh, okay.
Really? They must have changed that. That's cool. That's good.
I don't know how long it's been like that. I learned about it recently, anyways. So I've been having some fun with that.
Awesome. Are the ads annoying, or is it just like real quick?
Kind of like Hulu.
Oh, okay. Couple of ads, and usually are the same ad played twice, and then it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. You're gonna see the same ad over and over again.
Yeah,
the same 3 or 4 ads. I watched Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Hey, hey!
I give it a 4 out of 10. Let me start off with that.
Which Maleficent is this one? Is this the first one?
The second one.
The second one.
The second one. Okay, yeah, no, fuck that shit. I saw the first one, and I was like, okay.
The first one, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it's not something that I would rewatch, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
God, I couldn't stand this one.
They just what was it about it? Did they just
the whole plot? It hangs on this one stupid thing that nobody even thinks of questioning it. Like, I guess some spoilers for a movie that is not really that good. She supposedly curses this king, which she did. It was the queen that did it. And like when the king got cursed, she never spoke a word. She got angry. She showed off some magic for whatever the hell that they told her. Like, she got angry, and then the king gets cursed, but she never said a word. How do you curse somebody without saying a word? she never threw magic at the king. She was just like she got angry, so like whatever green fire comes on her and whatever.
Mm.
And nobody questioned it. She only said once, "I didn't do any. I didn't do nothing." She only said it once, and nobody at any given point gave it a second thought. Like, well, she didn't say a word. I mean, when she cursed Aurora, she said a whole spell, and for the king, no words were said. Like, isn't that weird? Nobody thought about this. Nope. Let's go. It's her fault. What?
This is a classic example of a film that does well, has a decent return, and they want to do another one, but they can't give it the director because usually a director's kind of already has a couple things in play for him or her to do. Writers maybe a little different. You can probably get them back on. But no, can't get everybody. So let's just get this person. They're available. You know what I mean? And before you know, you don't have the same crew that made the first one, whatever it was, and then that's what you have. That's what happened
Oh,
with Taken
dude.
2 and
I
Taken
mean,
3.
I was nitpicking so hard at some point. My wife told me, "Can you just shut up and enjoy the movie?"
Were you doing it in the middle of the movie? Because that'd be a hell of annoying.
It's not a good movie, so yeah, I was doing it in the middle of the movie.
Oh, that your wife was probably enjoying it. Come on, sir.
I'm sorry. Anyways, so that was one of the movies I saw. The other one, which I've seen and heard people quote this movie so many times, that I finally decided to sit down and watch the goddamn thing. So I saw Stepbrothers.
Oh. I forgot you told me to.
I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's just an average movie.
I can't. Something about Will Ferrell, dude. I will never ever get past. I just don't.
My wife hates him too. My wife hates him also. It's
well, okay. I can't. I'm not a big fan of his work either. I can see a couple of movies here and there, but I haven't watched the movie Elf, and I don't care to either. But I decided to see this one, and it has some funny moments.
Okay.
There's
a lot of memes that they use.
I know.
I know. I'm like, hey.
I mean, the boats and hose meme. I'm like, I need to see why this is what it is. And yeah, all right. I saw it. I get it. I'm done with it. I'll move on. And that's amazing. Sadly, Hunter x Hunter was not sadly. At least I saw something good.
That was the highlight.
Hunter was the highlight of my TV watching experience.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, and that's what I've been up to this week, gentlemen.
Awesome. At least you had a highlight, sir. Yeah, I did not, but we'll get to me later, a little bit after.
Wow, really?
You don't have to always be left for last,
I mean,
you can always start every now and then,
I'm gonna call for a vote. Who here wants Mad Dog to go next? I
want to go next, so.
Wow.
No, because I want to get, because mine is short. It's out of the way. It'd be bad to finish with mine, so I might as well leave him, because that way we finish on a high note. I want to finish on a high note. I don't know about you. Now,
I'm out.
The next one, the next podcast, I want him to start.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
Mr. Dream Twister, what the hell have you been doing?
Quarantine, just like everybody else should be, and find something to do and have fun with. I have been playing the same game still, and that game is Doom Eternal. And you guys put the fear of God in me when you started talking about
Dream. You haven't gotten to the goddamn platforming part yet.
I know. It's like every time I get, it's hilarious because I have been going. I've been
this
going
is the one. It's
through this part and saying like, "Oh, okay, no. I see." And you guys are like, "Nope, not yet." I'm like, "Oh, then I get to the next part. Oh shit, I see. Nope, it's not there yet. I'm in the freaking end right now, almost, or what I assume. I don't know, because the game at one point it tells you, do what you gotta do on the hub, because you won't be able to come back after this. I'm like, okay, so I'm obviously going to the last level, and which is the that level with the fiery stuff, and I'm not gonna spoil anything on it other than
Dream,
there's fire on it.
let me hold you there real quick. I told a friend I'm about to head because I saw the same message. I'm about to head into the last level. Let me finish this, and I'll join your chat party. 3 hours later.
Yeah, yeah. Except that I'm playing on night
Ultraviolence.
ultraviolet. Thank you. And what took you 3 hours is taking me days. Again, because I explore everything. I try to do all the things. Although I'm caring a little bit less, for them, but I still try to do the challenges. I already maxed out my the circle of the armor stuff that you can get, and where you go you get those Predator points or whatever.
Praetor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Predator points. I'm not doing anything with them because I've already used them all. So, but let me tell you, man, I'm still I'm of two minds. I'm ready for it to end, but at the same time, like I don't, because I realize I don't have anything else to play or that's gonna hold my interest until Final Fantasy. So I'm okay with with it taking me a little bit a little bit longer.
Sir, just start an Ultra Nightmare.
No, I'm good. I'm good, fam. Thank you. I'm okay with it. It gets like you said, it gets annoying at one point to keep dying on the same spot. Usually with baddies, I haven't encountered yet. Apparently, the part that is just gonna make me throw my keyboard out or something. I have encountered the area where you swim and all that, and like that wasn't that bad actually. Um, and I have encountered some light puzzles that are a little annoying, but it doesn't. I haven't encountered something yet that every time I post to you guys, I send you guys the thing that said, "Oh shit, this is the one, isn't it?" I haven't tried it. I just see it and I'm like, "Oh shit, this looks like it's gonna be a tough portion." But then it's like in a couple minutes and I'm already on it, so I'm like, "Okay, obviously this was not the part." And then I read to see if you guys have responded, and you guys have responded, "Yeah, no, that's not the part yet." So.
That's so good.
So yeah, I'll be texting. I plan to let me see. Let me see if tonight I can actually be done with it. If not, at the very least, get half of the way, and probably I will encounter that part. And I don't care whatever time. I'm just gonna text you guys, be like, okay, this gotta be it, right? Because I'm already close to the boss.
I believe in you, Dream.
So, but I think that I still think that game is fucking fantastic. So far one of my favorites of this year. Uh, and the other thing that I did was that I watched a classic inadvertently, if we can call it a classic, Mortal Kombat,
Oh
the
my
original.
What?
Yep. I My wife put it just the way she was looking for something to watch yesterday, and she just put it just to see what it was, and then she is like, God bless her heart, she's like, "Oh man, this movie looks so cheesy and so cheap. It looks like a video game." And I'm like, "Really?
You don't say.
You don't say." And you're like, there is a video game by that title, right?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh, yeah."
And by the way, the first one was about as cheaply made as the movie.
Dude, it was, yeah. That's true. Mortal Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat. Actually, the first Mortal Kombat. You're talking about the game
Yeah,
itself?
the first Mortal Kombat was made by like 8 people.
Right. And it was amazing. I mean, we say
yeah.
cheap right now because obviously compared to what Mortal Kombat 2, the movie, you would think that it feels like that.
Just tread carefully, all right? I love this movie.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, sir.
Have you watched it recently?
Dude, all right, I'm not gonna lie. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I know how
Okay.
the movie
All
is.
right.
All
All right.
right,
If you, I mean, you really have to set yourself to be okay with a lot of cheese, a lot of
it is.
terrible dialogue,
It's so bad. It's
a lot
so
of
bad.
yeah. Actually, I think there's bad good movies like Starship Troopers, and then there are bad enjoyable movies. I feel like this one,
I think
and
Mortal
then there are
Kombat
like
falls there.
bad
Yeah,
movies. Yeah, I think this one is bad but enjoyable. And my wife said the same. I always said this one was terrible, but I still had a good time
yeah. You
watching
have
it.
some fun with it. You know what I hated the
Yeah.
most? Like my favorite character is Sub-Zero. He died
Yeah.
in the dumbest possible fucking way in that
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
What was he
Yeah.
trying to start an ice age or some shit? I still
I
don't understand what he was trying to do.
I don't understand why Scorpion's hook is alive in this movie, but okay, maybe
Oh
that's the way
God,
they imagined
Jesus
it.
Christ!
Oh
Yeah,
shit! I
apparently.
forgot that it was.
By the way,
Yeah.
that is an Easter egg in Mortal Kombat 11. You actually get an item that has that is Scorpion's living life spear, whatever shit it's
Really?
called. Like, yes,
Wow.
Oh shit, that's
and
awesome. Is it like
it's so funny.
is it like homing, like a homing missile
You
almost?
don't know. Unfortunately, you can use it in game. But I remember
Oh,
grabbing it, and I don't know what the hell you use it for, if you even use it at all. But
uh,
it's there, and I was like, I know what that is. I know. I saw what you guys did. That's awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah, because correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a game that they have the Chansung as the Chansung from the movie, right?
Oh
The same
yes,
actor. Yeah,
yes, that was so good.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
and
yeah,
if you notice, Sub Zero at one point in the fight against Liu Kang, he jumps and he does that spin in the air like they
yeah.
do in the video game. Like
Yeah,
he actually grabs his chin and like spins in the air. I was like,
yeah.
wow,
I
they
saw
went
that.
that far. That is awesome.
I thought he was like jumping from a trampoline or
Yeah, it's
something to
so
a
funny.
pool.
Oh, and I think the same guy that plays Sub Zero play Reptile
Oh
in the
yeah, I was
movie.
like,
Yes,
yeah. Oh my god, I forgot the origins of Reptile in this movie. That's hilarious.
it's
So
so fucking. It's
he's
just
basically the
ridiculous.
lizard from Monsters Inc.
It's
and
yes, yeah.
and and he just he, almost by accident he falls into this statue that swallows him, and the
And
statue comes to
suddenly he
life,
has a human body.
and suddenly he
What?
has yes, exactly.
What just happened here?
Oh, it's even worse when he gets announced reptile. I'm like,
Oh,
holy shit,
and
really?
and then when he dies, he's like bugs. So like he was made of bugs.
Oh
What is
yeah,
this?
yeah. It's disgusting. I know.
How do you
It's
think
fucking.
these ninjas are created? Clearly from those statues. I mean,
I
And they're
guess.
they're,
I
they're
guess we know
stuffed with
now.
bugs, and then they shove something in it. What was
yeah,
that?
for
That was
for
so
Sub
weird.
Zero, they
Uh,
stuffed in Olaf to make Sub
Oh
Zero.
my god!
They stuffed in Ghost Rider to make
Ghost Rider for
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 Scorpion.
Scorpion.
So yeah,
Holy
there you go.
shit.
I mean, for all the things that it got right from the video game, it got so many things wrong.
No, it definitely wanted to be as and you have to give them credit for that. They stuck as close as possible to the movie, almost to a fault,
To
almost to a fault.
some things were so faithful to the game, but others like the reptile thing and the statue and the bugs and shit
True,
is
true.
so far off. Or it, like the scorpion spear. What the fuck was that?
Dude, and what the fuck? He's Raiden tried to do the Batman's voice.
Oh no, I'm sorry, but that rating was awesome.
That rating
Christopher
is,
Lambert did such a
oh my
great job
god,
as
he's hilarious.
Raiden.
I was like, oh my god, he's trying to do the voice of Batman. He's constantly apologizing.
It's,
He's it's like, dude, that's terrible. You could tell that he was just having fun.
he was having
None
fun.
of them were
Yes.
taking this seriously. Sonya, I didn't remember how much I don't remember hating Sonya as much as I hated her just on this rewatch because she was just a plain bitch. The whole entire movie, he was not likable at all.
No, and then they try to pay him like, oh, they became friends. How?
Yeah, how? Yeah, not yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like
she
none of
gets
them
dressed
like
like a
each other.
groupie, like an '80s hairband groupie,
Oh
and
my god, yes. Why?
yeah, and then they become friends like at the end for no reason.
By the way, if
And
you want to know what a bad movie is, Watch the second one.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
oh
horrible.
shit! I was thinking of putting myself through it just
Nope,
to
don't do
reminisce.
it.
Oh, please do. No. Do it and tell me next week what you thought about it. Please.
Okay.
I beg
You know
you.
what? I just
I
might.
beg you.
I just might just because like I might as well. Has there been that? That was the last one, right? The
Of
second one,
course,
the
that
last.
second one murdered the whole idea of
The
a
whole
Mortal
idea.
Kombat
Okay.
movie.
All right. Good. And all right. Does anybody new show? I guess. I don't remember anything about the second one. That's why I'm thinking. I don't even remember if I actually watched it. I should tell you.
Watch it, and tell me
It,
what
it
you
Okay.
thought about it.
it was a different write-in. A different actor who played Raiden.
Oh,
Raiden.
come
the
on,
other
really?
Raiden, excuse me, Raiden. Fuck, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't. It's so bad. I don't even remember. I know Shao Kahn is in it, and
Shao
it's
Liu
Kahn
played
is
by
Kang is
in
this.
the
it,
same
yeah.
actor. Liu Kang is the same actor. I think
Yeah.
Sonya is too. Johnny Cage is the same actor.
I don't think Sonya is either. I think Sonya's
I
different.
don't remember Sonya. I really
Yeah,
don't
Sonya is
remember.
different. She is different
Oh,
from her.
wow.
Just somebody with short hair. I mean, that's how bad it was. It's
Oh
just like we
that's
can't
right.
even
They
get
changed her.
the same B
Yeah.
minus movie actors to this other one.
The actors, if anything.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
I
pretty
mean,
sure.
except for Chang
Song is not even in the
Song.
movie.
Oh no, I was gonna say
Yeah, he's
Chan
there.
Song was the best actor I think on
In
the
the
first
first,
one.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, again, you mean that acted in the movie because like you still got like Christopher Lambert there.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I
Yeah,
think
but
I
Christopher
like.
Lambert. Yeah, come
He,
on, dude.
yeah, he was just having fun.
No.
I
Yeah.
think Chan
Not a
Song
good actor.
was playing a. I don't know. The whole thing is terrible, but in a endearing kind of way.
Yeah, it's not
Especially that
terrible.
ending.
It's bad, but it's just an endearing kind of way. 'Cause I think terrible is too strong of a word. I do admit that it's bad. I don't think it's terrible.
No.
The second one though,
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to
treasure.
put myself through it. I'm gonna have to put myself through it because now I'm curious, morbidly. But this one, especially with the way it like that stinger at the end, where it just it ends very sharply, basically.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I'm trying to say. It gets you pumped up
and
because
very
then
cool. They all strike a pose, and then that's where it ends.
yeah,
Like,
and then
this is
you
awesome.
they also like a boost, and then right there they play the same old Mortal Kombat song that they've been playing through the entire movie.
The iconic
The iconic
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat.
song.
Mortal Kombat.
Din. Oh god,
That is
Jesus
still a
Christ.
great. That is still a great song to this
Yep.
day.
I'm pretty sure it's in Mortal Kombat 11 somewhere.
Oh man.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to start unlocking shit on that game, and if there is, yeah, I'm not gonna extend it anymore. That's pretty much that has been my quarantine week: Doom and Mortal Kombat, the movie.
Oh my god! So from the highest of
You-
highs to the lowest of lows. For...
You wanted me to end with no.
That would have been perfect with Mortal Kombat.
Actually,
Come on,
that would have
man.
been a hilarious way. Yeah.
On retrospect, yeah, okay. Maybe next time. I'll watch the second. I'll try to watch the second one this week.
Okay. For me, all that I've been doing is.
There you go. All right.
Well, that was quick.
I know. All right. We'll be right back.
So, no, sorry. I got
Did you
interrupted.
get
Here.
distracted, sir?
Yeah, somebody was asking me a question. Let me just mark this here.
Okay.
Sorry. So no. So what I've been doing this week, starting off, well, I guess we can start off with the gaming. I actually, guys, I dusted off my Wii. That's how much I don't use it. I call it a fucking Wii. I dusted off my Switch and purchased a little game called Super Mario Maker 2.
Yay!
Which came highly recommended from our very own Sparrow Wolf from Nivel Escondido. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll bite. I'll get into this. For the love, I have to start using the console at some point, right? So,
plus it's Mario. What could go wrong? I mean, you could have gone for Odyssey, but that's fine.
in retrospect, I probably should have gone for Odyssey. Not that it's a bad game. And for the record, I'm not saying it's a bad game. Super Mario Maker 2 is actually a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
Very challenging in a lot of ways, but it really, really kind of reinvents. And again, I never played the first Super Mario Maker, so I don't. I only have this one to go on. But as far as the way that it reinvents certain rules to the Mario universe, I love it. Universe, excuse me. I really do. I really do love it. I tried. One of the main reasons I jumped on is I tried Sparrow Wolf's level that he created, and I probably tried a good 30 plus times, and I could not get
Oh
past
shit!
it.
Really?
So it's a challenging level. It's a nice challenging level. But I'm still gonna try it. I'm still because and I really love. I've always loved those old school platforming like that, particularly Mario. Mario is probably easily the king of platforming games, and those old school type games like this that are well designed and oh, it's just really really good. It's a really really good game. There is a story, there's a campaign in it. It's really just it's almost like kind of introduce you to the different things you can do. It borrows. It doesn't borrow anything from Super Mario Brothers 2 that I've seen. It does do the first Super Mario 3, Super Mario World, all the 3D side scrolling ones. I can't think of the Super Mario Land. Oh, Super Mario Land as well. The one he's a little cat. Um, a lot of those, but for some reason, Mario 2 is not included in the mix, and I'm a little frustrated with that. For the record, that's one of my favorites, old school Mario games. But anyway, it's really cool. If you haven't tried it, I think Dreamy, you have this game, don't you?
Yes, yes, I do.
Did
Yes, I do.
you ever complete
I
the campaign? Did you try any of the crazy difficult levels out there?
no, I actually I started playing the campaign because I bought it because at one point I had the thirst to play a good Mario game, like a good classic, but I wanted something new, and that game had recently come out, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me try it. What's the worst that could be? And to be honest, I was enjoying it quite a bit. I think I got to building all the way to the second level of the castle, because the
Hmm.
whole thing with it is that it's that you're getting like missions from Toad, and he's sending you to different levels, and as you complete them, I guess
You get
if I
coins.
remember,
Yeah, yeah,
you get
yeah.
coins.
Basically, yeah, they're jobs. They're almost like
Yeah, yeah. You're
he's almost
financing
giving you. Yeah,
the
yeah. He's
reconstruction of
giving
the
you
castle.
jobs that are almost like you would almost think like a carpentry type of job or some sort of whatever,
Yeah,
but it's actually the job is to complete the level,
yeah,
and then you get coins to fund to build the castle, basically.
yeah. So and the challenges are fun because you start like every stage you play is from like a different Mario game. So you're not always stuck just playing the original Super Mario's and then going into Super Mario I don't know,
Three or Super Mario
3 or
World,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're
World is
not stuck
definitely
on
the
that.
best one though. I love Super
World.
Mario Brothers 3. Super Mario Brothers 3 is my favorite. But I can easily say that seeing the Super Mario World assets, it's
Mhm.
immediately noticeable, and it brings back such a nostalgia.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
that
like
one definitely
I,
too.
I like the nostalgia that I feel when I hear the Super Mario World. In
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
the music and everything. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's good stuff. It's
uh,
good stuff.
in and so I played a little bit on it. I must have gotten busy with something else, and I haven't picked it up. But it's a good. It's not. It's a game that you don't have to worry about going back to.
Hmm.
Because you can just pick it up at any time. I mean, it's you played all the Mario's. The one that trips me a little bit is that one where you become a cat.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I haven't played that, and I don't
I
know how the
haven't.
cat. Yeah, yeah, the cat
Right,
physics and what he can do and can't do. I
right.
don't know what it is, and I know you can kind of run up the walls and stuff like that. I don't know how a cat can do that, but I guess that's possible.
Bro,
Um,
it was meant. It was more a 3D game before.
mhm,
So
yeah,
now having it not be 3D but still have the character. I'm sure they changed some things, but it was. I mean, it's still an awesome game.
Mhm.
Oh, but I think I enjoyed. I mean, I definitely enjoyed Odyssey. I always forget. I have it. I own it. I don't think I own it digitally. So if I have there, if we ever get to see humanity again, come together, I'll lend it to you because you ought to play that game. I'm not a huge. I'm not the biggest Mario fan, and Mario Odyssey was fantastic.
Okay.
It's a must.
Well, I'll get around to it. Um, the other thing I started playing. It's funny because I have had in my head that I'm just going to purchase Resident Evil 3. Just going to purchase it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Resident Evil 2 was awesome. I'm going to buy Resident Evil 3. And I've had that in my head for so long that I forgot that I had already purchased it because I felt that way when it was. Thank you.
The
Thank you.
pre-order, the on pre-orderer pre-ordered.
Yeah. And so what's funny about it is I started going, well, I guess I can wait because the reviews and everything came out, and not that they're poor or anything like that, but they're not
No.
as stellar as. I mean, I think Resident Evil 2 was the highest rated when it came to Metacritic,
It's
the highest
like
rated of last year. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I'm definitely doing Resident Evil 3. Fuck that. But then I saw the reviews. I was like, all right, I could wait. And then the other day, I'm just scrolling. Like there was a sale on PlayStation. I'm scrolling and I'm like, all right, let me get this. And I buy I don't know, some $10 game in there. And when I go to download it to the download list, I see Resident Evil 3, the game. And I'm going, why is this here? You know what I mean? And I go, oh, it's the demo. Okay. But then I see another slot down in the bottom. It says Resident Evil Resistance. I'm like, well, wait a minute. This is different. Hold on. And so I start scrolling and I actually find the Resident Evil demo that I have purchased. So I'm like, oh shit, I actually have this game.
And you don't recall that. That's how loose you are with your money. It's like I'll just buy this game that just got announced because it's Fallout 76. I might as well grab it because I know that game's gonna be awesome.
Thank God I didn't do that. That's for sure.
No, that was no. You know what?
That was you actually.
Maybe you did not buy this game. Maybe Capcom sent it to you for review, and now you got to play it and put a review because they're interested in the opinion of GG.
Okay, well, let's get to it then. I haven't beaten the game, first off, as short as everyone claims it to be. I do know in the story, comparing it to the original Resident Evil 3, I'm pretty far into it. I'm probably a little bit past the halfway point. I'm playing as Carlos at the moment, and I'm at the RPD. This is not really spoilers because a lot of this kind of follows the original game.
Well, it's a spoiler for people that haven't played it.
Well, that's fine. You did yeah.
Spoiler alert! Here we go.
The game is a shitload of fun. I gotta say,
spoiler alert! It is a shitload of fun.
It is a shitload of fun. It is nerve wracking. It's funny because the game so far doesn't feel like Resident Evil 2 in the sense that I don't say I'm over an abundance of items and stuff like that, but I'm always running into something like I'm short on shotgun shells. Oh, hey, shotgun shells. You know what I mean? Or shit, I need some green herbs or something. Oh, hey, there's a green herb and there's a red herb. Oh, I'm good to go. And so that's that's the level is that. But what amps up the anxiety is this fucking nemesis that is just holy crap. You know what I mean? It's not like Mr. X, although similar to Mr. X in the sense that yes, you can hear him walking behind you when you're in a moment you're being chased. It is a little telegraphed. Like there's a moment where I'm going, things are a little too quiet here. I'm pretty sure. I don't know where this fucking comes out. You know what I mean? I'm like, son of a bitch.
The Kool-Aid Man appeared. Oh
yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, damn it. And then of course I'm running, whatever. The dodge, according to Dark, we were speaking about it last night because we were kind of playing it at the same time when it released, when it opened up for us. according to Dark, they from the demo, they may have actually nerfed or in some way altered the dodge, where the timing is a little bit different. I don't know
Oh.
how I feel about that. You literally have to almost preempt the lunge of a zombie. So in
Mhm.
other words, you have to kind of work into your dodge the moment you know they're going to lunge. If they're
Mhm.
already in the process of a lunging, you're too late. You know, they're just gonna grab
Oh,
you
okay.
basically. So I'm like, that's not how this was. The demo, I remember the demo was like that moment they start that lunge, I hit the dodge and I'm good. I'm square. And so
Uh-huh.
that's that little alteration. I'm going, I don't know why they did this. This is really not, it's I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but now you have to kind of really really know when kind of judge by the movement. And of course you can do the same thing with Nemesis, but let me tell you, you missed and you're getting fucked up. You're getting knocked the fuck out. I've already had one boss encounter, like an encounter with him, and it's one of those like anxiety driven boss fights, just like, run, why does she run so slow? you know it's just
So
like, I don't get it. He's walking and he's catching up to me and she's
she's
running. I don't understand.
she's just rolling. Now,
Yeah.
correct me because because I've heard actually because you're describing the nemesis on this game, as like nerve wracking and crazy and shit. And every other review I've read has pointed to the opposite. That this guy is literally scripted. Like he will
The
only show in the areas where he is scripted to show, and he's not the badass that he was, or I mean, in the sense
well,
of you
I
being worried about like fucking Mr. X on on the second one. That guy was annoying.
the difference, I think the main difference. Well, first off, I would argue that the original Resident Evil 3, all his appearances were scripted. Once you've played it through, you know the areas that he's going to pop in. They were never
Right,
not. They were always scripted. You could now once in that area, you either have to fight him or run and get out of that area. Basically,
right.
um, same thing
But it's not
here.
like Mr. X.
The no, it's not like Mr. X, because Mr. X is wandering the halls.
Right.
And he's out there, so you're in a safe room, and I'm like, all right, so I need to go. You look at the map, you're like, I need to go
Uh,
here, I can take this hallway, make this left, go over here. You're gonna plan it, and he's fucking out there. You know what I mean? So the
right.
moment you go out there, you may run into him, or he may find you and start coming after you.
Uh,
Here, the moment you're into, and I think it really has no choice but to be that, because this is the nemesis. He's not Mr. X. So let's say Mr. X following behind you, as long as you're running, he
mm,
can't catch you. You know what I'm saying? You just that's his immediate weakness. All you have to do is keep running. Get into another room, and yeah, he'll follow you, but the moment you get into a safe room, you're safe. With the
mm.
nemesis, you can run, but that doesn't mean
But you
he can be
can't
following you.
hide.
Yeah, he can be following you, but you don't know if he's going to leap in front of you.
Mm,
Now that throws a monkey wrench into your whole plan. Like, okay, you bring out your map. Okay, he's behind me. Let's see. I need to go here, go here, go here. Put your map away and start running. He's either lunged at you to hit you, or he's leaped in front of you, and now you got like, shit, turn around. Now maybe bring my map back up and go. Now where do I go? Because he's
yeah.
completely changed the whole thing. But it can only happen in certain areas. At some point, it realistically,
Mm.
it would become that frustrating thing that you think of Mr. X. It would be exponentially worse if it was like that
Oh,
here
then
all the
forget it.
time.
And
You
I'm
know what I'm saying?
avoiding this
So,
game like a plague because I was when the moment I heard that it was that it was a little bit more scripted, I was like, okay, so there's gonna be the areas where I encounter him, and it's probably gonna be like a boss fight, and then I don't have to worry about him for the rest. Then this actually might be okay. I don't mind it being short because I really don't have that much time to be spending on different games already. Considering everything else is coming out, uh, this might be this might be my entry. Not that I did not enjoy Resident Evil 2, and I do intend to go back at some point. But
mhm.
if you tell me that it's exponentially worse, then I'm like, probably
No, I'm
hard
saying
pass on that.
it would be exponentially worse if he was following you all the time, and you
Gotcha.
constantly had. You know what I'm saying? It would be exponential because he's not. Again, you can't outrun him.
Right.
He's different, and sometimes he has a rocket launcher. Sometimes he has a flamethrower. This is going
Right.
to be an annoyance. It'll go from freaking anxiety to annoying, and I can't stand this. If he were to have the same level of being everywhere at all times, you know what I mean? So there are certain areas you're going to fight him or encounter him. And just like in the original, it's the same premise. If you'll know it's a boss area because you're in an area and you
Hmm.
can't leave, and he's not leaving. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah,
means
it's like,
you
oh,
got to
this
fight
looks
him.
like an
Yeah,
arena.
correct. So this means you have to fight him. Any other time, you don't have to. Sure, you can if you want, but you're wasting ammo, and it's not really going to do anything because guess
Right.
what? You're not really killing him. So it really is more to, hey, let me avoid and keep running.
Yeah.
Until you get to that point where you're like, okay, this clearly we need to go toe to toe.
Yeah.
Jill Valentine is so freaking awesome. I love Jill Valentine. She is a straight badass. I love Carlos too. Regardless of what people say, Carlos is really freaking cool. You know what I mean? He's one of the he's just this cool special force dude that's he's trying to flirt a little bit. He gets shut down. He's okay. I guess he's not. You know what I mean? And the writing is really for the original Jibble sandwich and all that from back in the day. It clearly they have leaps and bounds and then
Yeah.
and it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
The
Obviously,
character models look amazing. Like I
oh my
think,
god, absolutely,
like yeah,
absolutely. You
yeah.
you you
Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey was my waifu. I think
yeah.
Jill
I was
Valentine here
I
is
was gonna
probably
say
gonna be.
yeah. I was gonna say yeah. I think this is probably because she's just too cool and she's a
Right.
much realer character. You can tell that she's been traumatized from the events that happened in Resident Evil 1.
Hmm.
And that's kind of plays into everything that's going on. And I
Hmm.
like that. I was like, obviously that's what you want. You want a character that has flaws,
Right.
that has
Yeah.
trauma, you know what I mean?
A
Because
little
that
bit more
obviously
relatable.
exactly, yeah. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, man, graphically that RE engine is ridiculous. Uh,
Mm.
gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous game. I have passed through some areas that are similar to Resident Evil 2, which
Hmm.
again that happens in the original Resident Evil 3, where because Resident Evil 3, literally the first portion of it takes place before Resident Evil 2, and
Hmm.
the game Resident Evil 3 ends after Resident Evil 2. So that's exactly the way it's playing so far. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Hmm.
Um, I'm really really enjoying. I have not played Resistance yet, and I do intend to give it a shot just to try it out. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I mean we'll see. You know what I mean? I'm in the camp that sure you could have padded the game to have more content. You know what I mean? So you can
Hmm.
fill that out instead of doing a multiplayer mode. But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like this game starts with its foot on the gas. And so far I'm about 4 hours in. The gas is not they have not let go of the gas. It's just this constant, thing. Sometimes you're hearing stars and you're like, where's this
Hmm.
fucker? You haven't seen him a little bit. You're like, oh, that's right, he's still out there, that fucking guy. You know what I mean? And so yeah, it's I love that. I love that's it. Really, it's what Resident Evil should have always been. It should have that level of anxiety, and at the same time, yeah, have your good action pieces. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of action piece in a game. Even Dead Space, the first one, had its action pieces, but man, the anxiety in Dead Space was always there.
Hmm.
And so you can find that balance, and I think that they really did here. And yeah, maybe if it's too long, I mean, you can argue that the reason why a lot of horror films are never really more than 2 hours is because yeah, to some point you really just kind of have to stop watching, otherwise you're just going to traumatize your audience. Um,
Yeah.
so anyway, so that's Resident Evil 3, and I've been enjoying the heck out of it. I did see two movies, so I'm just kind of briefly rush into them because they were both really crap. The first one, the first one is X-Men: Dark Phoenix.
Oh, gee.
Uh,
I heard that the first 20 minutes were
I think
kind of grueling.
I'd rather watch Stepbrothers than ever sit down and watch that movie once.
oh
Wow.
my god,
Wow.
that movie is not good. Um, I I don't even know what the point of the film is. It's basically another retelling of the Phoenix Saga. It's a
Oh,
little
so
bit
this
more.
was been told before?
Yes, in X-Men 3,
X-Men 3: The
uh,
Last Stand.
Last Stand. Yeah, there
Oh
was
wow.
Jesus Christ, Jean Grey.
Jean
Yeah,
Grey, yeah,
Jean
Jean Grey.
Grey. She becomes a phoenix in that one, but she quote unquote dies at the end of part two, and then she you see her come back in part three as Phoenix, and then she
Well,
joins
of course, because
Magneto and all
the
that stuff.
Phoenix.
Of
Yeah.
course, exactly. So here, this is the actress who plays Sansa is the one who plays Jean Grey,
Mm.
and of course they're much younger because this is supposed to be the younger class, the same way it was from the X-Men First Class, was kind of pulling through the same people. So many people are not in the film. It's almost a joke of the movie. At some point, Jennifer Lawrence and the guy who plays Beast kind of look at
Mm.
each other and go, "Yeah, it's just us, because no other actor came back for this shit, but here you two are. Clearly, you got nothing else going in your lives, and it's a bunch of young kids now. You know what I mean? So the story is very similar
Wow.
to the original comic book saga where she gets, they're in space or something like that, and they get hit by some fucking
They're in
gamma
space.
rays or some shit, and she suddenly absorbs all this power. um there is, it's just such, the writing is not good. It's a shame because I think when done well, if there's one thing I've always said is you should just expect an ability to be natural, right? Like I
Mm.
shouldn't have to say, "Hey, you Cyclops, use your thing to shoot whatever." You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
should just happen, right? Because you
Just
should.
say shoot.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, hit that. You know what I mean? And it's those type of things that have always frustrated me about the X-Men film. That's what I loved about Logan, where it was like no one said anything. You let people figure it out. You
Yeah,
knew
you didn't even know how things got to how they
you,
were,
you
which was
at first
awesome.
no, but then you get it through this little portion of it, and you go,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe that that's what occurred.
Yeah.
Here it's just not good, guys. It's not a. I'm
Mhm.
already wasting too much time on saying this movie, but um, that's X Men: Dark Phoenix, and the last one I saw was a movie, Suspiria, which is a remake of a '70s Italian horror film. This is not Italian. This is an American made film, and it's not scary. It is very odd. It's a little too long. It's like 2 hours and a half, a little over 2 hours and a half.
Mhm.
It's basically it's like this dance company in Germany, and it takes
Mhm.
place like in the, I want to say, the '70s or '80s or something like that. And basically it's basically a guise because the whole dance studio is a coven of witches. And
Okay.
so they bring in these dancers from all over the place who are really good, but they use them for their dance so they can conjure whatever they need to conjure. Um,
Well, that's an interesting premise.
it is a very interesting burn, but it's a slow burn. This movie is a slow freaking burn.
Mm.
It could easily have been an hour and 45 minutes, and probably be better off because of it. Because
Mm.
you just cut out some of the unnecessary walking around, watching, staring, weird things where I'm like, I guess you're trying to be deep about this, and I guess I should
Mhm.
be looking, because I have a habit of doing that when I watch movies. I look at, if you have the camera angled this way and there's a bunch of people standing there, I'm looking at everything, looking behind them, looking at what they're doing, because
Mhm.
why else do you have the camera looking this way? So there's a lot of that, and I don't think there's any point to it, unless I missed
Oh.
it. But so I don't know. It's not good. The original one is in Italian. It's probably better. I'd recommend that one.
Would
Um,
you would you be curious enough to watch it to give it,
I've seen
or
the original. Yeah, yeah, I've seen the
you
original.
have
The
seen
original, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen
it?
the original a long time ago, and it's also extremely odd. Way more colorful. I don't know why. Very 80s synth, for some reason, even though it was in the '70s. It was '79, so I guess it's probably why early synth.
Oh.
And so it's not bad. I'm trying to think of the name of the director, but the director is a famous. Italian dude, and it's not bad. It's also very weird though. I think just in general it's weird. But I kept putting this movie off, going, okay, so I know this is supposed to be crazy and scary, so I'm gonna watch this shit during the day because that's just how shit works, right? And I watched it, and it just like I was left like, well, this wasn't scary at all. It had some really graphic and probably some really psychologically crazy moments, but nothing to the level of like Hereditary or anything like that. Nothing to that level.
Oh shit, Hereditary, man.
That's what I was worried about. So I was like, oh no, I need to watch it. If I'm gonna, because I know Joanne doesn't want to watch this, so I'm gonna have to watch this by myself. So I'm gonna watch this shit during the day, and no, that's not what happened. So
yeah.
But anyway, that, guys, is all that I've been doing. And we're back, guys. And it is time for our useless news that you guys
can use.
I'm going to start with...
You have to go and change it up.
I appreciate the effort. I did a little, what do you call? Oh man, what's his name? Frank Sinatra used to do that. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into it, but Frank Sinatra used to have this weird thing where his you've listened to a song and you kind of know the ups and downs of when the words happen. Well, Frank Sinatra, if you ever listen to his music, it's like. He sings at the oddest point of the rhythm of the song.
Oh,
and it's just
I know.
how
Yeah,
is he
true.
doing this? You know what I mean?
But
But
he nails it.
he does. He does nail it. He does nail
Yeah.
it. He's ridiculous. What makes him, awesome that he was. But
Yeah.
anyway, the first pieces we have here, we're going to start with the free games for April, starting with PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus subscribers will get access to 2 games in April. The first one being Naughty Dog's Uncharted for A Thief's End.
Damn.
Yeah, that's quite the drop. And Codemasters Dirt Rally 2. Okay, sure. Those PlayStation 4 games will be available to download as part of PlayStation Plus starting Tuesday, April 7th.
Wow.
Has anyone? I think Dream, you've played Uncharted for Mr. Chaos. Have you played Uncharted 4?
I own it. No, I haven't played it.
It's still in the shrink wrap.
Mainly because I haven't finished the third one.
Oh, okay.
And I want to finish the third one before I tackle the fourth one. Which at this point, fuck, man, I don't know if it's gonna happen or not.
Listen, I totally understand. I totally understand, but you should. You should.
Is the third one on PlayStation 4? So is it available on PlayStation 4?
It is through the collection. Yeah, it's through the collection. It's
Okay.
not a. Although if you do a quick subscription to whatever the
PlayStation
subscription
Now?
thing, PlayStation Now, yeah, it's available there too. But
that collection is
I
not
don't
cheap.
know if that's
Also,
the
that
collection is.
Yeah.
And if you actually, if it was free, I think as one of the PlayStation Plus. So I don't know if you tagged it throughout the time. It'd
Wait,
still
the
be there. If you
collection
did.
was free?
Yeah, the Uncharted collection. Yeah,
really, I don't remember that.
I think
I
the
don't remember.
fourth
that
one
was a
was
while
free.
ago. Yeah,
I remember the
if I
fourth
tagged
one.
it.
I remember the fourth one being free. I don't remember the collection.
Well, the fourth one is free now.
the fourth one's free now.
Oh,
That's why you remember.
that's what I remember.
Oh, that
The
sounds
last
familiar.
time
It feels like I just heard that.
It feels like it happened so recently.
Oh, that's good. All right, and then quickly jumping over to Xbox games with Gold for April. Xbox
What's the
Live
difference?
Gold, watch the difference. Okay, Xbox Live Gold subscribers and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members will get 4 free games in April as part of the Xbox Game with Gold package. Next month's games will roll out on April 1st with Project Cars 2 for the Xbox One and Fable Anniversary for 360 and Xbox One. And then coming later will be Knights Pen and Paper and Knights Pen and Paper 2 for Xbox One and Toy Box Turbos for Xbox 360 and Xbox One.
There it is.
What the hell was the second one?
Some mobile game. I don't know.
Knights of Pen and Paper and Knights of Pen and Paper 2. for Xbox One, and then Toy Box Turbos for Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So yeah,
Yeah.
enjoy those free games, Sony or Sony players. I kid.
No, that's the difference that I meant. It's
Well,
it's
Project
gonna be.
Cars 2 is pretty good, and
No, I'm
and
surprised. I
yeah,
honestly, I'm surprised that they gave Project Cars 2 and Fable Anniversary. I mean, Fable's a good game, and
there
yeah,
you go.
yeah, it wasn't as bad as I anticipated. Because trust
There
me,
you
I anticipated bad. Uh, I'm sorry, but that's the expectation that Xbox has set with their free games. I am sorry, but it's true. Um, Judges, or a judge actually, ruled that Call of Duty is allowed to depict Humvees without a license. This is actually something
Woo!
I didn't know what was that was going on. Uh, Evidently,
Because it's a frivolous lawsuit. That's why.
yes, exactly. Because evidently, I mean, a game about the military is not allowed to show military of great vehicles. You know, although I always found it interesting that those games depicting like jet fighters, like the Ace combat games, for example,
hmm
even when they're based on like fictitious lands and stuff, they're still making planes based on the actual planes that exist for the most part, and they have to license those to Boeing and to like the other companies. It's I
hmm
always find it very odd that was actually the case, but evidently GM wanted a piece of that too, and Activision obviously they went to court. uh, in 2017, AM General Motors LLC, the company behind the Humvee, sued Activision over the appearance of the famous military vehicle in Call of Duty. The Humvee has appeared in most modern warfare games. In one mission, in the recently remastered Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, you met a Humvee gunner during a drive through Afghanistan to an Afghanistan town. Uh, AM General Motors LLC said Activision incorporated its Humvee trademark without permission and accused the publisher of, quote, taking advantage of its goodwill and reputation, end quote. See, that's how you automatically lose a court case, when you come up with like shitty arguments like that. Um, It says 3 years later, a New York judge ruled a First Amendment right to depict contemporary warfare in its game by featuring Humvees. And then the quote says, "If realism is an artistic goal, then the presence in modern warfare games of vehicles employed by actual military undoubtedly furthers that goal," the U.S. District Court Judge George B. Daniels said. That was kind of an amazing take on it.
hmm
I have to wholeheartedly, agree with that. Uh, I wonder what presidency says. AM General has argued that the use of the Humvee in Call of Duty will confuse people, but the judge didn't see much similarity in how both parties were using the trademark. One side sells vehicles to the military, the other sells military video games to the public. Meanwhile, Activision used a realism explanation given Humvee's widespread use by modern militaries, and the judge has found the pursuit of realism has an artistic merit. So there you have it. It turns out it is actually if you're if the goal is to depict it in an artistic measure, and I guess the games, whether you agree or not, are artistic forms of expression. They're allowed. They can use it.
Nice.
So kind of awesome. Yeah, I agree. If nobody has the next one, I can just go over it.
Yeah. No, I got. Let me at least pretend that I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right, do your thing.
Let me
We're not gonna
get
tell anybody
this.
that we're
Let me get
photoshopping you
this
into.
this news piece out of the way. But Deadpool has arrived in Fortnite.
Holy crap! Really?
And apparently,
Come on, let's
he's
give it a
going
try,
well.
guy.
Yay! Well, I mean, give it a try. The best try I'll give to Fortnite is read some news piece about it.
There you go. There you go.
I'm reading this off The Verge. When the current season of Fortnite debuted, one of the most curious elements was the appearance of Deadpool. The Marvel anti-hero was present in various elements of the game. You could find him hidden away in a bathroom in the main battle pass menu, because of course, but you couldn't actually play as him. That changes today, however, with the debut of the new Deadpool skin. The skin is available to everyone who purchased this season's battle pass, because of course it is, and it's pretty easy to unlock. All you have to do is find 2 pistols hidden in the menu screens. What in the 7 hells are you talking about? Once you do that,
You don't know because you don't play Fortnite.
and I'm not going to. Once you do that, simply head into a match and change into a Deadpool skin at any of the phone booths littered across the island.
Okay.
That is actually kind of funny. I think that's a throwback to that. You remember that teaser trailer they had for Deadpool 2, I believe it was?
Mm-hmm.
Where he heard somebody getting mugged and he went into the phone booth to change. By the time he came out, the dude was dead.
Wow. I don't remember seeing this one.
You don't remember seeing that?
I'm probably misremembering, but yeah, no.
Oh my god! All right, so of course there's more to it than just the skin. There are other unlockable like Deadpool katanas, and there's an alternate version of the costume with the mask removed.
Nice. Okay, a mask removed. Okay.
Perhaps the most fun of this. You know what's funny? They did it like Epic did it with Deadpool in Fortnite, but Mortal Kombat couldn't do the same thing with Spawn. Are you serious? Like, come on, NetherRealm. Where's my maskless Spawn? I wanted to play with a hamburger head. Perhaps the most fun addition, though, is that the yacht in the northeastern part of the map has been transformed into a Deadpool party boat, complete with giant balloons and a helicopter landing pad.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, though that's a lot of Deadpool currently in Fortnite.
Yeah. To be fair, no hate for anybody that likes and plays Fortnite. We're just joking here because none of us played Fortnite. And
I hate the game. Fuck that game. It killed Paragon, and I will hate it until the day I die.
Well, it's actually a valid reason to hate it, though.
You can't blame the guy. Yeah. He has a point. It did kill Paragon. And,
it did, and there's there's no if, ands, or but about that. It truly did kill Paragon. Yeah. They're like, guys, we're making too much money on this.
You know what? Yeah, fuck for it. Oh, but we can understand it. We can't blame them for doing so.
No, like I understand, but did they really have to abandon? Right, did they really had to abandon completely Paragon? Like that was so dirty.
I mean, Epic Games pretty much died as a game developer. Because fuck Unreal and fuck any other game that they could have actually had planned to bring in the future, because now everything is Fortnite, but it makes business sense. So
and the Epic Game Store, yep,
and the Epic Game Store, exactly, which wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Fortnite.
True.
So they want to become.
Maybe they would have made Paragon better.
Hey, guy, it just makes business sense, all right?
Yeah.
You can't blame a company for wanting to make money, all right?
On to my next piece.
Too bad we didn't record that part, didn't we?
Yeah. It's a shame, guys. If you were there off air to hear an epic back and forth.
It's a better podcast than what we're trying to bring right now.
Dream Twist. It really was. I'm not gonna. The content there was like CNN levels of worthy news. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Man.
Speaking of CNN, no, I have nothing with CNN here. Sony Interactive Entertainment has postponed the launch of The Last of Us Part 2. And
wait, what?
On a smaller note, Marvel's Iron Man VR for whoever was waiting for that one.
I know.
For the PlayStation 4, due to the coronavirus, saying that the global crisis is preventing us from providing the launch experience our players deserve. Developer Naughty Dog's The Last of Us Part 2 was slated for release on May 29th, and Camouflage's Iron Man VR was scheduled for May 15th. Both titles have been delayed until further notice. So there is no new date for either of these. It has been delayed indefinitely, is the term used, but that doesn't mean forever. It just means we don't have a date. It's
Mhm.
just delayed.
I know.
In a statement, Naughty Dog said it was nearly done with the development of Last of Us Part 2 and was in the midst of fixing our final bugs. However, even with us finishing the game, we are faced with the reality that due to logistics beyond our control, we couldn't launch The Last of Us Part 2 to our satisfaction. We want to make sure everyone gets to play The Last of Us Part 2 around the same time, ensuring that we're doing everything possible to preserve the best experience for everyone. This meant delaying the game until such time where we can solve these logistics issues. So, guys, I'm gonna ask a question. Um, so, my initial thought was, okay, I get it. It has more likely to do with the physical copies because realistically, yes, the three of us, we live in a state and in areas where internet's great, and we're in a position where we could just download it and we're fine. It's not really going to affect our purchase, but obviously it can affect the purchase from many others who do not have great internet or maybe not good internet at all, and really rely on the physical copies. And obviously, with everything that's going on, the release of these physical copies can be delayed and or who knows for some time. It can be just not happen for a while. So, do
Mhm.
you think this is the cause behind it? Do you think there is an underlying cause that maybe they're not stating? What do you guys think?
I think it's very difficult to coordinate fixing bugs and addressing issues in a game when you are forced to work remotely. Because suddenly you want to think that you have almost all your resources available to you, but in reality, you know, us experiencing it know that that's not the case, and and unfortunately the efficiency suffers. So if they had and especially when they're working under a crunch, because it's not a dog and they are, uh, if it comes to the point where they can't really crunch because effectively because of the fact that they're not even allowed to stay, and work together and all that, and we aren't allowed. So yeah, I think they didn't have a choice. They had to postpone it, and they cannot put a date on it because again, they they can if
They
they
don't know.
cannot
They
crunch,
don't know what.
they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Don't know what the time limit is. Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm
this
gonna
this could
agree.
be up to next year, almost the delay of Last of Us. I mean, this could
Uh,
be happening with the release of PS5. If PS5 release doesn't get out, and next generation consoles in general doesn't get out, end up getting delayed as well.
okay, so I'm gonna agree with Dream there because it's especially if they were like in a like testing for bugs and quality testing everything. It's not the same when you're in an office with your team and like look, come over here to my screen, look what the hell just happened. How do we fix this versus like, well,
Hmm.
now I gotta coordinate with whatever and see how the hell do I show you this or like, it's not
Hmm.
the same.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
definitely
can
not.
see why when Dream explains it like that because honestly, when you ask me, like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But when Dream explains it like that, yeah, I could definitely see that as a very valid reason. And they're not
I
pulling
wonder.
a Capcom where like we're just gonna rush whatever the hell we have out there and we'll
Hmm.
patch it later.
Right.
Mm, I wonder also, and this is just me, the conspiracy theorist in me, that says, I wonder if it's just more difficult to force crunch when people are working at home and you really can't see what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, no bugging down.
Yeah,
I
I was like,
mean,
I need you to continue working on this piece. Sure, sure, sure. And then, of course, they have their feet up on the couch watching, Tiger King and all that other
why did I
bullshit.
know you were gonna mention that? Why did I know?
Because apparently it's the thing to watch during the
Listen,
quarantine. So,
Have anybody of you guys haven't watched it?
listen.
no.
No.
No, I have not.
I have no intention
will
of.
anyone sacrifice themselves because I don't want to watch it, or will I have to put myself through it?
I'm cool. I'm yeah. No.
That's fun. That's great. Can I ask you to please land on this grenade for
Yeah,
me? I
yeah,
appreciate
pretty much, pretty much. Can
That's
you lay down on this grenade for me? I really
it.
don't want to. Let me know how it
I
feels afterward.
I don't want to, but curiosity may get the better of me.
It's starting to
yeah.
get
If
to me, man.
if only for the first few episodes, just so I can see what the fuck is it about.
And next thing you
But
know, you're done with it, and
I'm
you're
done
like,
with
"Fuck! I
it.
watched it
Before you
all."
know it, you binge watch the whole damn thing.
Now I
Yeah,
have to
it
talk
could
about
be.
it on the podcast.
Damn it.
Fuck.
So what did
Woe
you do,
is
Mad Dog?
me.
Well, I saw the Tiger King from
Well,
beginning to
thanks
end
to
in one day.
you. Yeah, thanks to you asking for me to land on this stupid ass grenade.
I just had to. I just had to do it.
Oh man.
It was not
So in
me.
short, guys, Naughty Dog delays Last of Us. Um, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Well, obviously, we're in a situation we've never been in before. The world is in it, so I can understand things like this. Obviously, hello, look at
Mhm.
movies and everything just kind of slowing down. Businesses in general are just slowing down, so
Yeah.
or closing. So yeah, at least obviously they're still going to continue working on it. It's just it will be delayed a little bit. So who
True.
has the next piece?
I'll take it because let me tell you about Borderlands 3, sir. It sold a shit ton. It made Gearbox a lot of good money, and those developer the people that employees should be very very happy because I don't know if you know this either. I didn't know this until recently, but Gearbox pays nice bonuses based on the sales they to their employees. They don't make as much money as other developer companies, but based on how the sales of games happen, they do get some really nice part of the royalties and stuff like that. So when it works, great, fantastic. When it doesn't, like in the case of Duke Nukem Forever, then or Colonial Aliens Colonial Marines, then forget it. They're shit out of luck. In this case, Borderlands did very well, but evidently Gearbox is skimping on the bonuses because, of course, Randy Pitchford. Of course, Randy
Wow,
Pitchford. Randy
wow.
Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox, and if you don't know about that name, I will suggest you Google it. You will gonna get some very interesting results, including the Peacocks parties, which I'm not gonna talk about here. I'm not even gonna say the word
I'm
peacock.
just
You
I'm just
already
gonna
did
bring
it
it up.
twice.
Gearbox bonuses weren't as big as the employees had hoped because Borderlands 3 cost too much to make, according to a report. A report on Kotaku states that Gearbox software employees aren't getting as large of a bonus despite Borderlands 3's success. According to the employees speaking with the site under anonymity, uh, company management promised six-figure bonuses. That's crazy. Listen to that, six-figure bonuses
That's
they can
real.
get. You can buy houses with that kind
Hmm.
of money. Following the
Or you
release of
better
Border,
pay off houses with it.
oh, you better be right. Following the release of Borderlands 3, employees who have more tenure will receive larger bonuses. However, in a meeting led by the company boss, Bradley Pitchfork, employees have found out that the bonuses will be lower than expected due to expenses incurred with the game. Another reason for the smaller than promised bonuses was due to the company's significant growth and sales projection not as expected. Even though it sold very well, sales projections not as expected. What were they expecting? I wonder. The report states one of the expensive factors was the switch from Unreal 3 to Unreal 4 engine, which added extra time on the project. In addition, the game would have to recoup not just the base budget, not just the base game budget set to be 95 million, but also the budget of all downloadable content before 2K 2K Games and Take-Two would hand out any royalties. Pitchfork supposedly told developers in a meeting that they were, and this is the quote, they were welcome to quit, end quote,
Wow.
if unhappy with the news. That's literally, I mean, man,
What a dick.
being the boss of a company, what a way.
See,
Nando,
this
you've
is
been a
this is the
supervisor.
difference.
This what a way to run a company. Hey, you don't like it? You're welcome to quit. You're welcome
That
to.
is, oh my god. I, as part of leadership, would walk out on leadership. Going, no, I can't be part of this.
But can a lot of
Yeah.
people do that? Do that because it's like you're welcome to quit. It's not just you making a statement. It's you fucking up your life to make a statement because now you're out of the job. That's the thing. It's basically just putting. It's the
I
it's the
mean,
rock and a hard
obviously,
place
yeah.
situation.
No, realistically, I mean, obviously, you just wouldn't walk out. I would never suggest anyone walk out from a job at any point, unless it's like it's a danger to work there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Short of that, it's like, okay, clearly, at some point, you make the decision to go, this ain't for me,
Yeah.
obviously. And then
Yeah.
you start making moves. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is what I suggest anyone in this predicament that they've put themselves in with fucking Gearbox, start looking elsewhere, guys. Maybe not now. Obviously, the hiring for a lot of places is probably not going on at the moment.
Frozen.
But
Mhm.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like it will come back. Look elsewhere. There are plenty of other companies who would love to have any assistance on that stuff. So start making those moves. You know what I mean? No one is handcuffed to their desk there. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So you can just now again. Just don't walk out. That's obviously you don't want to. Especially if you have a family and stuff like that. Believe me, that's not the move to make. So
Yeah. No. True. So, but yeah, it just. I mean, it just goes to show, and when asked for a comment, Gearbox told Kotaku that it offers the most generous royalty bonus system in AAA. And since the royalty system was implemented, employees have earned over 100 million in royalty bonuses over and beyond traditional compensation.
mm,
That's again based on if the game does really good, because if the game doesn't do good, they don't get jack shit. I mean, they get below the pay grade of pretty much any other company by reports. And look at what happened. Look at their outcome. They have Borderlands 2, which did amazing. Then they released Alien Colonial Marines, and then they released Duke Nukem Forever, and then they did that Overwatch ripoff, which the name is escaping me because, of course, who cares?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not
that's
the most proven.
the name of it is who cares.
Who
That's right.
cares? Yeah, exactly. The name of the game is not Overwatch. So yeah, it is. I don't know, man. I don't know how
I
I
don't
could
know.
be content with working for a company that treats its employees like that. Hey, you don't like it? You're welcome to quit. Fuck you,
That's
Randy
crazy.
Pitchfork, and your pickup parties. You should be in jail. But anyway, that's just my opinions, not the opinions of GG or any.
The opinion of this G here, Mister Chaos. What's your next piece, sir?
My next and last piece, because I couldn't find anything to draw my attention, even though you guys said there was a lot. So I'm leaving that lot to you guys. Apex Legends to add permanent duo mode and map rotation starting April 7th.
Now that's exciting.
Goddamn time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's good shit.
Look at
That's
the
good
change of
shit.
pace. We went from Fortnite to fucking
To
Apex
Apex,
Legends.
yeah.
We don't even play Apex anymore, and we're still like,
Whoa.
hell yeah.
Slow your roll there, buddy. I still play Apex.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I know, but my dog and I done. I meant sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's. I mean, I keep inviting you guys to shit, and that's
a third of GG confirmed.
Respawn's
a third of
battle.
GG, please.
I'm reading this off the verse, by the way. Respawn's Battle Royale title Apex Legends will add a permanent duels playlist to the game starting April 7th because we've been asking for it for the fucking longest. The decision is a welcome one for fans of the game who have long clamored. I just said that, but in my own words. Also, starting the same day, it's a permanent map rotation that we've been asking for forever. It's not clear if players will be able to choose. Respawn doesn't say explicitly how the map rotation will work. It's likely it will be random, and it appears the map rotation in Duel's playlist will be for casual, non-competitive play to start. The competitive mode still requires 3-player squads and currently remains fixed on Kings Canyon after the first half featured only World's Edge play. Regardless of how it works exactly, it's now clear Apex Legends is following more in the footsteps of PUBG, which built out a selection of maps and offers only a few different game modes than Epic's Fortnite, which has just one ever-changing map, but offers numerous game modes at any given time and lets players play in groups ranging from solo to as many as 50, which I didn't know that. Whew. Well, April 7th, we'll see the permanent edition of Duels. There's, in fact, a limited-time event launching the same day called the Old Waste Lore. The Bloodhound-centric event will feature a new playlist called Bloodhound's Trial that pits participants against AI enemy beasts as well as other human players. That actually sounds kind of interesting. The event will also feature a slew of new weapon and character skins. Oh, they're talking about skins, but they're talking about actual weapons. A redesigned event price track so you can earn exclusive cosmetic without paying any real money, about goddamn time. And a special direct purchase shop for players comfortable with dropping cash in exchange for new items, because that's always been there. So, yeah, duos and rotating maps along with
A
a new
lot
event.
of people like that. A lot of people love that.
I am on board. I'm on board of this. I'm happy about this because I really do like the old map. I wish they did the original map though. That would be awesome. But I'm okay with at least having the old map back in whichever way. And the duo, I did like the duos. Just if I could get Dark to play this game again, that'd be great.
You should. Nice. You totally should.
But at least now my wife and I can play without having to deal with a random that we can't talk to. So there's always that.
That refuses to talk to us.
Oh my god! Listen, I rage. All right, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I rage a lot.
I'm shocked.
Never heard of this at all from
you guys. But if I ping something and my wife dibs it and the random picks it up, I will go into the chat and tell him off.
Why? He's on the team.
Yeah, but it wasn't yours. Especially
my
wife
doesn't know that.
Yes, if you dib it, the character says it.
Yes, it's like I'm claiming it. Yeah, she's claiming. Okay, gotcha. The character will say it. Yeah.
So I actually, the last guy I actually kind of told off. He actually dropped the item.
Oh, there you go. He probably wasn't paying attention then. That's or maybe he didn't think it was that serious.
Damn.
But, yeah. No,
so you're one of those, huh?
Oh yeah. If I dip something, you pick it up, I'm gonna go off. Bitch, I did that shit. All right, you respect the dibs. All right, you respect the dibs.
So it is true that you need to respect, and this is in real life, by the way. The dib was originally invented by Walter T. Dib back in 1922, and bad things have happened ever since. If you do not respect someone saying dib. I'm lying. Oh, that's just fucking lie. Anyway.
I believe you, sir.
I thought you were reading a Wikipedia page.
Do you know this shit? What?
I was like, Richard Dib. Holy fuck. That sounds legit. That sounds legit AF.
Oh my god.
You fucking bastard.
I love it.
You know what? Love it. Show's over.
You had me going, sir. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. April Fools.
I love you guys. I fucking love you guys. All right. My next piece. Oh my goodness. As movie dates continue to get rolled back due to the COVID-19 concern, the 2020 release schedule for major film studios are being shuffled around. Disney previously delayed Black Widow and Mulan, and while many on social media were clamoring to get this available on a direct to streaming. We all knew that shit wasn't going to happen when it came to the big dogs like that. The
Yeah.
possibility of seeing Black Widow drop early on Disney Plus became lower when Disney announced on Friday afternoon that the movies now have a new release date. Uh, Mulan
Yeah.
is now coming out July 24th and Black Widow on November 6th. With Black Widow taking the spot of what was the spot of The Eternals, then that film, The Eternals, which would have been the second Marvel MCU film for 2020, gets pushed to February of 2021. And in essence, the entire phase 4 literally stands up for a moment, walks to the next seat, and sits back down. So it just
So
basically moves over a slot. Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, originally docked for February of 2021, moves to May. That pushes Doctor Strange, and everything kind of just pushes along there. So uh, it's interesting news, not really unexpected, but I do want to bring
yeah.
it up because I do want to show and make people know that, hey, guys, there is a light at the end of this tunnel, and this is a
Yeah.
perfect example. We will get past all this, and it's one of the first things that's saying, "Hey, we have a plan now, and here's the plan,
Yeah.
and we should be good." So,
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I love the fact that all the all the movies are playing musical chairs.
as long as it's not Duck Duck Goose, because then I don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly. Well, speaking of next year, there is a saucy rumor that Resident Evil 8 is going to be coming next year, and
Mm.
it's going to be a massive departure from the series. That's a rumor. That's a rumor.
Like seven was, 'cause
So
seven was first person.
well, that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
what else would it be? Well, this time, okay, so it's gonna
Well,
be
the
a
first
shmup.
person wasn't necessarily a far departure because they've done it before.
The first person,
Hey,
the when they have
Well,
that.
there was kind of like an on-rail shooter, really, but doesn't that
Oh,
count still? So,
oh yeah, yeah, I guess
sure,
that's what it
yeah,
is. Yeah, an on-rail
yeah,
shooter. It is first person, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I guess.
We'll give it to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I give it.
So
I'll
so
take
So
okay.
my
So
then this,
win. I'll take my win. I will take my win.
so in
what
this
type of
case,
game
this
is
would
it?
be a shoot 'em up, like you said. Okay, I like it.
No.
A side-scrolling shoot 'em up. There you go.
Okay. Oh shit! It should totally be Contra. Why
Yeah,
do we don't
yeah.
have more games like Contra? Like, whatever happened to
They're gonna do
games
an
like Contra?
isometric game,
It's
survival
gonna be.
Well,
game.
I know. There you go.
a turn-based strategy is what
Whoa,
it's going to be.
turn-based strategy. Yes,
It's going to be XCOM, basically.
It's gonna be a match three gaming dating simulator.
I got it. It's going to be a racing game.
There we
Ah,
go.
there you
Yes,
go.
Perfect. That
got it.
works.
I mean, that's
That
definitely a
works.
far departure from it.
It
Or it's gonna be
definitely.
like a Barbie's fashion game or some shit.
Hey, that'll work too.
According
Zombie
to
fashion. Come on.
right, according to a noted leaker called Dusk Golem, this got to be related to you, Chaos Reaper. Tell your cousin Dusk Golem to stop spreading rumors. The project has been in development for over 3 years and is planned for release in 2021. In fact, Capcom,
No, it's not me. Please, it's not me.
in fact, Capcom is seemingly gearing up to officially announce it soon. As for what it is, Dusk Golem, uh, who should totally be a Mortal Kombat character, says that it'll be, quote, by far the biggest departure the series has ever taken, end quote, to the point that they anticipate the shift to upset existing fans. Oh, wow. I'm telling you, it's going to be a mystery.
You know, when
Uh,
you're planning to piss off your fan base, you know it's gonna be good.
when you're planning to piss off your fan base, you know it's a Capcom game. Oh.
Nice. Nice. Well done, sir. Well done.
Golem likens the game's development to that of the original Resident Evil 3, but it doesn't elaborate on what that means. Yeah, what the hell does that mean? Uh, it's not the first time that we have heard that Resident Evil 8 has been in development for a while. In fact, Golem previously said that some of the earlier rumors, which suggest a return to first person and a setting completely different from most Resident Evil games, are not entirely accurate. Uh, it's best to take it's best to take that with a grain of salt. For until now, until official information has been released, if Capcom is indeed close to revealing it, we might not have too long to wait for more because E3 is coming around the court. Oh wait,
I was gonna
uh,
say, what's that?
Oh
2020 sucks. Officially sucks.
God,
Uh,
Wait,
you just
now it
figuring that
officially
part out?
sucks?
I was gonna say,
What?
I was gonna say it has sucked for some time now.
it is some
Uh,
bullshit right there. All right,
this little piece of news.
this little
Well,
piggy went to town.
this one I say it's a little piece, and I think I'm probably the only one that's going to be excited about it. So that's, but I feel it's important.
Okay, all right.
um,
Lay it on
so
me.
there's this film festival. Actually, it's a film, music, and many other things festival that happens in Austin, Texas every year. It's called South by Southwest. Obviously,
Yep.
due to concerns with COVID, it has been canceled, unfortunately. However, Amazon Prime Video and the South by Southwest organization are teaming up to launch a digital film festival later this month.
Oh
This
snap!
new digital event it's called Prime Video presents the South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival Collection and gives filmmakers the opportunity to submit their film still for screening. The event is exclusive to Prime Video, but is free to all viewers. No Amazon Prime
Nice.
membership is needed. The duo is looking to set up the 10-day one-time event for late April, although there's no concrete date at the moment. Participating filmmakers will earn the screening fee for Amazon's right, and everything will essentially continue the way it would normally have done through the festival, but will be available for everyone. And I will, for
Nice.
the longest time, I've always wanted to go to South by Southwest. It is an amazing event but it costs money to go to,
Mm.
and it is long. By the way, you go there, it's like a 10-day event.
Oh, and here I
Uh,
thought it was gonna be free.
huh?
No, that was being sarcastic. Carry on.
Oh, if you go there and do the event, it's usually I want to say the tickets were close to $1,000 per.
Wow.
And so but to see that and again, it includes movies. It includes you have a lot of bands who are trying to get people to sign them up. So you have lots of indie music and everything. It's just it's all this like independent people coming together and they just want to get their product out. And there's some indie games as well. Indie games tend to show up as well, but not so much. Usually, it's the films and the music. Um, Obviously music and gaming are not going to be included into this Amazon Prime thing, but the films will be. And I'm like, the chance to see some of these films for free early on before it gets mass release. Oh, I am so down. I am so down for that. I
Wow.
don't know if you guys are, if it piques your interest at all, but the fact that it's coming to Amazon Video, and again, obviously due to the situation, I'm going to
Is,
piggyback off of
is it a
go
lot
ahead,
of
sir.
frou-frou shit?
No, I mean it can be obviously because you're going to get a lot of that, but it also has
You never know.
it also has other films like for instance Ex Machina. That's an independent film. You know what I mean? That got picked up. You know what I mean? What's the other one? Parasite. That's an independent film. These are the type of films that they show in
Yeah.
these things so they can get somebody to say, hey, can you help distribute this for us? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it ends up
So
being amazing.
correct. And yes, you do have a lot of frou-frou craziness, but at the same time, you have you know what I mean? That it's one of those things where you get to sit back, enjoy, and you just don't know what you're going to get. You're going to either get this gem, or you're going to get this craziness that you've never seen before. That may also be awesome. You know what I mean? Um, I wanted to quickly piggyback off that, sir, if you don't mind, before
Sure.
before
Sure.
Jim, because this is all kind of connected. Obviously, the South by Southwest, what they're doing is because of the fact that COVID can't, they had to cancel because of the COVID. I want to also throw in there HBO. is currently free for the month starting today, April 3rd, and ending on April 30th. So essentially,
Really?
yes, HBO is making hundreds of hours of films and TV free to stream without a subscription. Um, I'm reading this from from Polygon. Tired of your friends telling you all the time to catch up on David Simmons' beloved 5 season crime drama? Well, now's the time to do it. Either way, your moment has arrived. HBO announced Thursday that it will be making nearly 500 hours of its original series and licensed film available for streaming on the platform for free from April 3rd through April 30th and available on HBO.net, HBOnow.com or HBOGo.com. The film selections are, of course, select. So are some of the series. It's not everything that's available, but it's a lot of what's available. So either way, they don't
Mm,
have to do that. They're doing it because it's like, hey, if you're going to be home, enjoy some content,
yeah.
and that's
Now,
pretty
question.
fucking cool.
So, question. So, is this because that sounds freaking amazing? But that's not HBO. They're not giving you a 30-day trial of HBO Go, for example. This just you have to go to the website and watch. It's a selection of programming. Is my
Correct.
understanding right?
Yeah, you don't have to
Okay.
go to the website. You can actually go to that particular app. If you
Okay.
just, like, let's say you have it on your fuck is it called, the Amazon
Yeah.
box,
Yeah. The
whatever that
Fire.
is. Right? Thank you.
Fire. Mhm.
You could just download the actual app from there, and then if you don't have a subscription service, it will only have these select things available for you to see. If you do,
Okay.
then obviously you have that and everything else that comes with it. Um, and
Mhm.
this comes along with an increasing number of streaming and other subscription services that are currently offering free month-long trials, including horror service Shudder, CBS All Access, Showtime, Film Movement Plus, IFC Films, and others. So you should definitely check into those. Obviously, again, we're all kind of doing our quarantine thing, but
Yeah.
we don't have to be sitting doing nothing. And there are things you can that can occupy your time in the meantime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And these networks are taking the opportunity to hey, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs, obviously,
yeah,
in this coming day. So why not take advantage of give them something? I'm kind of bummed out a little bit that it's not like HBO, because I did get something from Spectrum
hmm
saying that they were gonna have some services, like HBO and Cinemax or Showtime, I think it was, or something like that. I don't remember.
yeah,
Definitely
could
HBO
be.
was
Yeah.
there for free, but only for like a weekend. You know,
Oh yeah.
oh,
No, this is
well,
this is the yeah this is the full month, or at least from the third on to the end of the month. And
mhm.
there are some services that are doing. CBS is doing, and I know you're into the Star Trek. Well, if you
But I
wanted the
wonder if Star
opportunity to
Trek
do
is
it,
available though. I wonder if that's
I don't know. I
that's what I'm
know
saying.
Picard
Is it
is.
the whole? If Picard is
Picard
okay,
is.
so
Yeah, they
that's
mentioned
that's what
Picard is.
that's what I care about. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that'd be
Well,
good
look
because
into
then I
it.
can
That's
watch
the whole
that.
deal. I mean, you don't know until you actually look into what's available. So take a
Yeah,
look. You know.
yeah,
And then, and again, I swear this is the last one that I'm tying into it because it's again kind of in the same line.
yeah.
Um,
No, right, right.
some new movies are also coming available immediately to streaming, so you can kind of watch it. And Sonic the Hedgehog is one of them. Uh,
Yay!
yeah, you
I
can
mean,
actually.
I don't know why I celebrate that so much. It's like
I
that
don't
movie
know
was
why.
not super, but it's probably better than it had any right to be. Anyway, carry
Well,
on, sir.
it is available on Amazon and Apple. You can actually check it out now. And the other one is Bad Boys for Life, also available digitally on Amazon and Apple. And of course, the list still goes on. You still have your other ones from before, which I mentioned, Bloodshot and all them. But those are the two newest ones that have become available. And I wanted to throw that in there as well.
Available but not free. These are hey,
No,
you
no,
want to
not
watch them?
available. Not free. Yeah, yeah, not
Right,
free. It's definitely it's by premium, but at least you have it now, where literally the movie wouldn't be available to see anywhere else at the
right.
moment. Obviously,
Exactly,
so,
exactly, exactly. All right. Well, since you already hogged all the news, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I almost want to start this piece of news exactly like you started your segment of news right there, your little block of news, because
mhm.
I also think this one which has nothing to do with movies or or programming. Uh, it's exciting for me, but there's probably not gonna be a lot of umph behind from the rest.
Okay, so there's a new video card coming out. Okay.
No,
Oh,
because
we're
that would
going
be
over this
exciting
now.
for the people that understand. That would be super exciting. All four of you PC, PC gamers, and no, it's even better. Nier is getting a remaster for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And I hear you wonder, well, wait a minute. Nier Automata is already available on PS4 and PC. No, no, no. I'm talking about the original Nier, the one that no one played
For good
because we
reason,
didn't
I'm
know
thinking,
about it.
but sure.
No, no, for good reason because it was overlooked. Shut up. I am actually excited about this one because if they make a good remaster out of this, this could be another another good experience like I had with the much beloved Nier Automata 2016 Game of the Year. Square Enix is celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Nier, which with the release of a remastered version for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And this is gonna be ridiculous. Ready for this? Near Replicant version 1.22474487139. It's will be released uh for like for, I already lost it. PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. That's what it's gonna be called, by the way. It's a Square Enix game. Of course, it's gonna have a weird name. Apparently it wasn't enough with the duodecim. What's that
Oh
game?
God,
Uh,
yes. No, well, anything from freaking Kingdom
Everything from
Hearts.
Square Enix, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everything from Kingdom Hearts, exactly. They weren't happy with that. Uh, But yeah, Near Replicant was originally only released in Japan for PS3. Over in the West, gamers got a version called Near Gestalt, which also came to Japan on Xbox 360. The game differed in their protagonist, an older man in Gestalt case. I don't know what a Gestalt is, but let's roll with it,
Okay.
and a younger man in replicant case, whatever the fact that means. Uh, I'm almost thinking of frames, almost like in Warframe, but I can't confirm that. The remaster release will feature new voice work, re-recorded music, and new tracks from composer Kiichiro Okabe. I mispronounced that horribly. As well as new characters and possibly new endings. Uh, and the quote says, "Near replicant version 1.22474487139, an upgraded version of the original is now in development for PS4, Xbox, and Steam." The developer said via an origin official the official Near Twitter account. Enter an apocalyptic world as you play as a brother on a quest to cure his sister of a deadly disease in a unique action RPG. Da-da-da-da, and da-da-da, let's see. In addition to the Near Replicant remaster, Square Enix also revealed that it will be bringing Near Reincarnation to iOS and Android devices. I guess that's an original thing because I haven't heard of a Near Incarnation game. I don't know if that's out there,
Nope.
but
I
whatever.
haven't heard of you. Yeah.
I know you guys are very
I
excited
know
about the
nothing.
piece of news. But here's another one that will make you very, very sad because I know you guys were waiting for this particular title. Wasteland 3 has been delayed to August.
What?
Wasteland. I know. It's sad news.
What?
Wasteland 3 has been delayed to August 28th as the developer Inxile faces, quote, new logistical challenges. Oh, wow. They must work for Naughty Dog, probably. uh, from working from home amid the coronavirus pandemic. The RPG was previously scheduled to be released on May 19. In a letter posted to Twitter, Inxile Studios head Brian Fargo explained the staff began working from home some weeks ago, and the challenges of operating in that new environment ultimately led to the delay. See, like I was mentioning before. The extra 3 months of development time will be spent on addressing beta feedback as well as general optimization, polishing, and refinements, and making sure we have an awesome co op experience. That's the quote, according to Fargo. Wasteland 3 was announced in 2016 alongside a Fig hosted crowdfunding campaign. If you guys don't recall, Fig was the crowdfunding platform where uh, you're not giving away money towards the possibility of the game being you're not doing what's the fucking word that I'm trying to come up with, damn it. You're investing rather than donating. Donating is the word that I was looking for because I don't know English. Um, so and in return you get a cut of the sales, and it's almost like you're an investor for that.
Okay.
Wasteland 3 will still be released on PS4 in addition to Xbox One and PC. So yeah,
Nice.
I know. Yeah, that's that's
All
all.
right.
That's all I have.
I am going to finish with three tiny little pieces, and each will have their own name. Their first one is in the news of the feel good type. Let's call it the feel good news.
All right, Doctor
So,
Feel Good. Go
Sony
ahead.
Corporation has created a $100 million COVID global relief fund to support people impacted by the novel coronavirus pandemic. Awesome stuff. Not the only ones doing it, but it's cool to see since they are, of course, a gaming company as well. Supporting and everything, doing whatever they can for the cause. In the who gives a shit news, Bethesda
No, we
will
already
not
spoke about
host.
Randy Pitchford.
Well, here's the other one. Bethesda will not host a digital showcase for its upcoming games in June.
Oh, I'm gonna have to cancel my day off then.
Wait, what am I not caring for?
Exactly.
Bethesda, with the cancellation
Oh.
of E3 and many other press events that normally happen there, many game developers are planning to show off their stuff digitally. However, Bethesda won't take part in even a streaming press conference because who gives a shit what Pete Hines has to say?
There
And then,
you go.
Cheers.
and then finally, in the news of the weird, if we can, almost as soon as Animal Crossing New Horizons was released, players began using the game's various items and photo options to recreate moments from movies like Lighthouse and Portrait of a Lady. Well, of course, they would do the same for Tiger King.
Oh
And
God.
players have been playing tribute to the series, which focuses on a zoo operator and, of course, dressing up their avatars as people featured in documentary. And, of course, fans are trying to bring Netflix Tiger King into the game.
Wow.
Of course.
Wow.
And
Of
on that
course.
note, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with our hot topic.
Hot
Hot
topic.
topic.
And, guys, we are back with our hot topic of the week.
Hot topic.
And-
Wait. What hot topic? What are we talking?
What? Yeah, kind of like,
What
wait,
topic?
wait.
Do we have a
I
topic?
was going to say hot topic, but wait. Do we really?
Do we?
We do. It
Oh.
is about nothing, guys.
Oh,
And
shit.
We're actually going to pick
We're doing nothing.
exactly. We're going to actually pick up right from where we just left off a moment ago and go with David, Mr. Dream Twister. What fucking image are you talking about that you have? I have an image. Do you have some sort of like label
brand,
or some
the
sort of
brand.
brand that
Wait,
we
wait, wait,
don't
wait.
know about?
This is gonna be. This is gonna start. Well, of
Did you
course.
sell out, sir? Did you sell out?
I I, unfor- I unfortunately did,
You sold
and
your third of the company. Okay, I see how this is.
I sold my third. These are tumultuous times that we live in, and I saw an opportunity here because I know the brand it's gonna collapse, so I better
What?
cash
Wow.
out right now.
Wow. You
No, no,
see
no, no.
that? He already like spelled
GG
out doom for GG.
GG does
Wow.
not. Nothing stops the signal. Nothing
Nothing
stops the
stops the
signal.
signal.
That's right. That's right. That's right. No, when we
Well,
were
I
talking
hope.
about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say whatever buyer you had, I hope that they bring the same level of GG every week.
Oh, you don't have to worry.
Just
I
saying.
mean, I've been speaking to this person. He pays very nice bonuses actually. Of course, his name is Randy Pitchfork, and he now owns a third of GG. I also I don't know if you know, but Mad Dog, I sold your half also to Tencent.
Whoa! Wait a minute!
So
Wait a minute! What's going on here?
dude,
So
their
we're now
money's there.
Chinese?
I,
Oh, my
their
goodness!
money's
Wait, so
there.
now you're stealing and we're Chinese? What the fuck am I
Listen,
doing?
I gotta
have you?
brush up on my
No,
Mandarin.
no,
Jeez.
I gotta wait. I'm sorry. I gotta cut you off here. See, Mad Dog said your third of the company, but then you said Mad Dog, your half. Do I own anything according to you?
Well,
According to me,
I have to interject because I do have an answer for that. Sir, we have actually triplicated your stocks on the company. Now you own 10,000 times the stocks that you
I'm,
had
I'm
before,
not. I'm not
but
entirely sure that triplicated is a word.
but because we have to dissolve them, your share of the win of the earnings is next to zero. So that's that's how the world of business works. So we appreciate the time that you put with us, and
Are you
we wish
letting
you
me
well.
go?
We wish you well in your future endeavors.
Wow, this got dark really quick.
for the record, to answer Sid's question,
Uh,
the we had, of course, Chakrod, and Chakrod was a third
he's a
of
founder. He's the
GG. He's
founder.
the founder,
Yeah,
most
he's the
definitely.
founder.
He is more a founder now by name than anything else, and he has actually bequeathed his ownership of a third
His
of
name is
GG
still in the
over.
mask. His
It,
name is
it
still in the
is.
mask.
It
Yeah.
is. We did carve it in the wood and all that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But he did bequeath his third over to Chaos. So yes, sir, you do have a
Yeah.
third of the of GG.
Boom
Yeah.
in
The
your
third is all
face,
yours.
Dream.
And listen,
I'm gonna throw my mic on the floor now. Hold up.
listen. I am the board of directors. All right. This deal wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have greenlit. All right, because I could have veto. I could have veto his could I? Could I have?
All right, I picked up my mic
You-
from the ground.
You need two vetoes for it to actually take place, and
Oh, damn.
I actually would have gone in favor
Oh,
of the moves.
because I don't have
Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys.
Hmm.
We had a little fun. Surf, by the way, you sound kind of far. I'm not sure what's going on there, but uh,
Cool.
so we have a couple of things that I wanted to bring up.
Mhm.
And you got your own topics, and we could just throw them out there. But I want to kind of
It'll
throw
be a
out some
game
questions
again.
here. I wish I would have prepped the game, but no. A couple
Next
of
topic of the week.
interesting things that you guys may thought about, may not have thought about. I'm just gonna start with the fact that in a week from today, right? Because today's
Yes.
Friday, the April the 3rd. We will be getting Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's happening.
Hopefully.
It is happening.
Hopefully.
I'm excited.
So my question is this, guys. Considering the massive delays so far and probably some more coming down the line, is it possible that Final Fantasy VII Remake is the last major title of 2020?
No.
No way.
The last major title? No. I don't think so. Because
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Actually, Chaos. Why don't you take it over first?
I mean, I don't know, I don't have any list of major titles down the pipeline, but I don't think that this is gonna be like the last major title that's gonna be released. It's way too early.
I agree. I think I think that getting to that to think that it's almost like giving up on the fact that hey, this thing is gonna get fixed at some point in the near future. We can hope. We can only hope right now, of course. But if we follow the all the rules and the social distancing and all that, we have a better chance of actually getting this over and done because eventually viruses die and people grow immunities to them.
Immunities.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there are a couple of of titles that I will consider that I'll be very interesting. I don't know if I will put them in. I
The
mean, Final
major category.
major category. I'm not sure if I would put it that way. You might be right in that sense because I can't think of anything bigger right now. The Final
Because
Fantasy.
you think about it, yeah, a lot of so we knew a lot of the early
Right,
2020 games,
right.
and E3 would have been the place to see
Uh huh.
the later 2020 games. And right now, considering how close we are to that, and it's let's be real, let's call it what it is.
Mm,
This isn't changing in April.
no.
May, we'll see. But
Mm,
right now, no. What we
mm,
have right now in today is what's going to last through the rest of April, and that is probably the one thing we can all agree and guarantee. Yeah, this is how it's going to be through this entire month. So
mm,
obviously things will get delayed from there. There will be some digital events, but I was just curious to see because it's like we're still going to be working from home. Everything that they had, like right now at this moment, what they had planned for E3 and and what they'll be announcing for the end of the year, that was already set in motion. And if
mm,
everything's getting pushed off, and sure we'll have the digital event, but we don't actually have anything else past that, because production in essence is slowing down. So
mm.
I can definitely see it being a light year. Pun not intended there. I can definitely see it being a light year when it comes to games, but I don't know. I can't see anything else major. I can definitely see Cyberpunk 2077 getting pushed down. That's already in the second half. That's the only one that I can think of that's in the second
Mhm.
half of 2020. So that's in September.
That's
And
getting pushed back.
no, but I'm saying that
Oh,
it got pushed to September of 2020, and with this, I can easily see it being pushed back even further because it's just gonna, you know what I mean? Everything's just taking it back. Everything's kind of getting pushed to the back burner right now. So I was just
Probably
curious.
not. Probably that was the other one that I was thinking that I will put that I will definitely put in that hypometer measure as Final Fantasy VII remake. Of course, Cyberpunk 2077 and Last of Us and
Mhm.
Last of Us 2. It's another big major title on that level. So there's still games, that I'm interested in seeing that are major that I believe will make this year. If I had to guess, but you're right. This is not something that's just gonna solve itself overnight, and I will hate for this to lead to like an unreasonable crunch just to try to get the game out the door
Let's just try to get
for
it
the
out there. Yeah,
holiday.
I agree.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
agree with that.
yeah.
All right.
do you guys have any plans of tackling your backlog in this time?
I keep saying that. You know what? This is what I want to do.
Because I started
And
already, at least.
yeah, no,
real
and I
quick,
admire that. Oh,
real
go ahead.
quick. I wanted to because Giovanni actually posted that particular question on the hot topic, and it's very similar to his. He said the same things.
Mm.
Give me thoughts on your top 3 games to tackle during these times of indoor fun.
Whew. Honestly, I don't know about top five. I'm just gonna say one, Witcher 3.
Oh wow,
Ooh,
this will be
okay.
perfect
That
to
should
play
It
definitely
Witcher
would be
last
fun.
you until this virus is over.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe
Would
a
that be
little
your
past it.
personal? Would that be your personal chaos?
I would like to, but I have others that I want to go
Yeah,
through. I
you
want to
do have
finish
games that you
Neo.
grind on. Yeah.
No, not just that. Like, I do want to finish Neo. I do want to tackle Sekiro. I still have Shadow of the Colossus that I have to start. I still have Resident Evil 2 that I have to finish. Shit, I had another one in mind. Oh, I
Shit.
still gotta play God of War.
True.
Dear
God of
Lord,
War.
Oh
bro.
God,
Get on
Claus, get
that.
off my back!
Get on
Okay,
that.
All the
here's
way
what
off of it.
here is what we're gonna need, sir. I'm gonna need you to put down Monster Hunter and
That is my,
Warframe, not forever, but you know what? Let's look at it this way.
that
Let's
is my
look at
Pulp
it that
Fiction right there. I can use that against
the
you, fucker.
let's look at it this way.
I have better chances of finishing God of War than you ever watching Pulp Fiction.
True. That's true. That's. I'm not gonna
Very
lie.
true.
You
Very,
have
very true.
you have the right of
Uh,
it, sir.
let's dear Lord, I can't believe God of War is not finished, but I'm a little bit
Fucking God of
perturbed with
War
this
is.
information here, but
You're sitting on a pile of gold of one of your best gaming experiences. Like, what are you doing playing fucking Doom Eternal? What the fuck? When you have
wait a
God
minute,
of
wait a
War.
minute.
Listen, let's say it as it
Wait a
is.
minute.
Doom
Wait a
Eternal
minute.
is my favorite game of 2016, of 2020 so far. But fuck, bro, God of War is too epic to be sitting on a back burner there. That would be like not having watched Pulp Fiction ever.
Is this guy
I
still
can
ranting?
he is. First off, the game Doom Eternal just came out, so clearly, as we all know, newer is always better. So with
No,
that with that rationale, I
That
can
is
see why he jumped
definitely
on.
not true.
that's
I can
not
see
that is
why he jumped. I know
that
that's a
is.
joke. I can see why he jumped on the Doom Eternal just using that rationale. That said, going into your backlog, going to Neo, and
The whole thing.
I can't think of the other one that you
Sekiro?
mentioned. But I'm
Sekiro.
like
How you gonna do
that
Neo?
you beat that. Oh,
Oh,
Fallout
I mean,
4.
Fallout 4 only had an hour
Fucking
left, and I
Fallout.
knew it. All right, it was an
It doesn't
hour
matter.
left. I mean, I literally installed it
I'm
the
with him
one
though.
day.
It,
In
it
the
only
same day, I
yeah, it's
uninstalled
only
it.
1 hour. Yeah, I agree. He needs to tackle that out, just like you need to tackle
The
Wolfenstein.
the
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 New Order.
perhaps, but you didn't know there was an hour left. It was something discovered after putting it in, so
I
it
mean,
could
I
have
had a
been more.
feeling I was near the end because I was already
But
like
God of
because
War
I
is sitting
remember
there.
where I left off. I
Yes,
remember where I left off. Like I could like you could tell that it was nearing the end. I had
you
already
can
met my
taste the
kid.
envy.
Yeah,
You can taste the credit.
they were forcing me to pick a side. I'm like, all right, this is getting to a
Yeah.
it's coming to a head. It's about to be over. That's why I kind of like left it there and went off to do the DLCs. But I like fuck it. I'm not gonna do the DLCs. I'm not gonna finish them. So
Dude,
at
but
least
God
let me
of War,
finish the
bro.
base game. I know.
You have a literal 10 out of 10 in your hands, and you're just like treating it like if it was some mobile game. Like, what are you
Yeah, that's a
doing?
little harsh.
Whoa, that's a
That's a
little
little.
that's a little
Well,
harsh there.
actually, yeah, that's a little harsh. Mobile games, I treat them like I'll install it, I play it for 30 minutes, and immediately uninstall. And like, what the fuck am I doing?
Exactly, and you haven't even gotten to do that with God of War.
I know.
So, so, am
All
I
right,
being
well,
harsh or am I being legit?
by that
No,
rationale, yeah, he's not wrong.
no. I keep looking at a war. I was like, I look at it like, God, if I jump into that, like, am I gonna come out of it?
Oh my God,
You are, but you're going to be a changed man,
yes,
and for the
exactly,
good.
yes.
That
That
game
will teach you
is
how to be
epic.
a
Let me
father.
let me tell you.
Boy.
First off, have you been spoiled at all on the game? I hope not.
Very, very little because I've avoided it like the plague.
And you probably have
Okay.
forgotten anyway. So
And
it's
if at
The
this point, any spoilers,
good.
I can't think of a single one.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time. As much as I would love for you to tackle The Witcher 3, I really would love that.
Yeah.
However, God of War, the most recent 2018 God of War is a must. It is a must.
Yes.
And I would even say a must above The Witcher, only because of its accessibility. The fact that
Considerably
you
shorter.
correct, exactly, you can
It's a
actually
little
do it
game.
in 20 hours
You,
versus 100 and whatever in The Witcher, depending on the rabbit hole you found you
Oh,
fall
if
into.
I go into the Witch, it's definitely going to be hundreds of hours.
Oh, it'll be so worth it. But no, seriously, seriously, that one I would move that up your like. Okay, you're doing Neo now, that's fine. But dude, like if you suddenly say I need to put Neo back, or you know what, let me move on to the next one. Make God of War the next one.
yeah,
Make that a priority because you will love what that game does, and the reinvention of Kratos, I think, is probably
yes.
it's probably the most shocking thing
I
of it
hated
all. I
Kratos.
want to pay. I really want to play that game again, and it's just like
Yeah, me too.
now, technically, I think I have an opportunity. I mean, depending on
Yep.
Final Fantasy VII, I think I have an opportunity. You know what I mean? It's like, why
I
not?
hate.
Well, when is Dream going to watch Pulp Fiction?
I mean,
It
he's
don't
got
matter.
plenty of.
It
He's got nothing but time on his hand at this point.
it does
I don't
it
know.
doesn't matter because it as good as a movie it is. It's not it's not going to meet the level of enjoyment and excitement and fun that you will have nonstop playing God of War. I will tell you, I as much as I will also would like to see you tackle The Witcher. I don't think The Witcher is a game for you. I don't think it's your type of game. Honestly, I don't think you're gonna hold it. I don't think that's the type of the action,
Why?
on it because I don't know. There's something. The Witcher is for a particular type of role player gamer, and I'm not sure. And I don't mean this in any bad way or
No, no,
anything
no,
like
no.
that.
I want to know where you go
I
because
mean it in that I think I don't think you will enjoy, for example, the fighting and the intricacies because I even consider them a little bit of a weakness. I mean, they're not bad. Don't get me wrong, you know, but they're not gonna be Sekiro. They're not gonna be Neo levels. It's gonna be a little bit more of a slower burn. I don't know.
I mean, let me
Also the
see
Witcher
because
is
the
so
games like
dense.
game like The Witcher, I can mention Oblivion, Skyrim. Like I know those are
No.
two, but that's a game. But I have played open world games.
No,
Like
you have. But if you really wanted in your heart to tackle The Witcher, you would have done so a long time ago. I can
oh,
see God of
Yeah,
War
but
being like
the
you
same
didn't know
the
what
same
to
can be
expect.
said. True, but the same can be
I
said
mean,
about yourself because even I was just like, I can't believe. Like the only
true.
reason I played The Witcher at all was because of a certain person by the name of Dream Twister saying, "Dude, you need
You
to get
have
this
to.
game.
You have to
Yeah,
get this.
this is it." And I was like, I'm like, this is The Witcher 3. I've never played one or two. Who the hell walks into a series at this point, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you don't need to know anything, whatever. I ended up doing like this massive YouTube like fucking rabbit hole to get like everything information from the prior two. And I'm glad I did for the record because I still think he's wrong. I'm like, yes, you kind of need to know some information going into it, and then I do it. It becomes my game of the generation, and, and I'm sitting there going, he is years later. He has yet to fucking play it. I'm like, you're the one who suggested this to me. What the hell?
Well,
I
Why
you want
haven't
to
know.
you
know?
played this game
I
yet?
know.
All right, you want to know why I haven't really tackled Witcher? Because every time I think of The Witcher 3, it's just this behemoth of a game that
It
I
is
just,
daunting.
Yeah, it
holy
is. Yeah.
shit,
It is.
how?
It
Because
is.
I know that Mad Dog spent like 300 hours, because I will never forget that he actually said that, in this
It's true.
game. And I'm like, I know what it feels like to spend 300 hours in one game. I know, and just the thought of it, to start from scratch,
You
300
really
hours,
have to be in love with it. You really have
fuck.
to enjoy it. You really have to. Like even I could
Honestly,
not
it's
do
yeah.
The Witcher 3 in one sitting. I mean,
He-
I mean, what I mean by that is in one like session of a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever. I put it down at some point, and then later I picked it up. I didn't start it from the beginning. I picked it up where I went when I left off because I was like, no man, I know that I'm not. If I start this, I'm just gonna leave it almost exactly where it's gonna be Final Fantasy 12 all over again. and I never
Mm.
finished that game. So I wanted to make sure that I beat it so I could see and I could finally put
Well, you
to
see,
rest the Mad Dog.
the other games that I spent like hundreds of hours on, I didn't plan on spending 300 or more hours on it. It just happened. It naturally happened. I If I know beforehand that I'm going to spend more than 300 hours, that shit just feels daunting
It's daunting.
as
Yeah.
fuck.
And
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you, had I known that that was the level of, well, here's the deal. It came to me at a time in my life that I just had the opportunity to do it. At any other time in my life, it would have come to me right now or before it got to me at that point, I wouldn't have had a chance to play it. Or I would have given up early.
The perfect game.
Particularly, I would have literally probably avoided it had I known the massive level of game that it was. Um, but at the time, I was working a completely different shift. I started at 12 p.m. and finished at 9. My wife worked early and finished early. So we had this time where we weren't in the house at the same time. So I had hours each and every day to play this game. And so that's really the only reason why. Easily the only reason why I was able to play it. So I know, and like I said, if it was presented to me, dude, this is going to be a 200-hour game. Whoa, wait a minute. That's honestly probably why I have not been able to do Inquisition, Dragon Age Inquisition, because it is an 100-hour game. I know it's
Oh
long
my
because Dream
god.
Trust had told me, and I'm just like, I've started it a couple times. I'm going, oh, this is we're not even that far in, and I'm already feeling
you
this is too
know,
daunting.
that's another game that I have to finish. I'm literally at to start the last mission of the whole game.
Oh
You
wow.
know, this
But
sounds very similar to me.
the
You
Yeah.
are
reason
my
why,
brother.
yeah, but hell yeah, the
Been
reason
doing
why I
that
didn't
too, bro.
finish it because of that stupid war room feature they had that takes all these little things in real time. Like, oh yeah, you can send whatever character in this quest, and it's gonna take them 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours of real time before it. And a lot of the side quests or some of the side quests start with those stupid things. So I wanted to do all of them. Not to mention that one of the quests about the dragons actually glitched on me, and I can't finish it.
Oh wow, that's the
Yeah,
worst.
it's so annoying, dude.
See if it has been patched since that game's old enough to have received some patches.
Maybe like again, it's something that I really should go back, but then I gotta go back and literally like run a tutorial or some shit because I don't remember
Yeah.
anything. But
That's awesome.
I am at
YouTube video, bro.
I am like two. I just gotta hit X like a couple of times, and I'm off to the last mission, to
Wow.
the
Yeah.
last quest.
Wow.
Right there.
You are really Mad Dog's brother.
I believe so, yeah. So, okay. So we got an understanding as to some of the stuff
All right, so God of
that,
War
that
is
he's going to
jumping.
tackle.
Is
Yes, it
God
yeah,
of
needs to.
War
okay.
is
It needs to.
priority
It needs
alpha.
to jump that. And then, honestly, go into The Witcher 3 because it's the fucking best game in the world. Anyway, Dream. What do
Yes,
you?
sir.
As soon as you're done with Doom, what are your
As
plans? What do you feel?
soon
What
as
are you
I'm done
feeling
with
in the
Doom,
gaps? Yeah.
as soon as I'm done with if I finish Doom tonight, or this next morning, I guess, um, I will. Oh shit! It's gonna be difficult because any game that I play right now, it's just gonna suffer from. I just have the anticipation of Final Fantasy in my head. I'm not really like I can't do unless it's a really short game. Tell me this: do you think it's possible for me to finish Hellblade in
Yes.
from here to? Okay, all right. Then that's probably gonna be it then, because I can't start into something. I can't start anything major right now.
No,
I
you
could
can actually wherever you left off of Hellblade, you
Hellblade.
can literally start over and still finish on time
Oh
because
wow.
it's the average length is like 6 hours. It's not a
Oh
long game.
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So I'll give it to that then. I know
you
what
do
I
that in 2 days, 3 hours, 3 hours, you're done. So
got you.
I
Got you.
really want to get that game to play because it just the concept sounds so cool.
Yeah.
it's
I
amazing,
I was actually impressed
amazing,
with it.
and it was
I,
$30 new when it came out. For the record,
yeah, yeah.
shout out to
Uh,
Ninja Theory.
yeah. I one of the whoa one of the games that kind of impulsed me to get a new headset was the fact that the sound on this game was so amazing that I wanted to experience it, the highest quality that I could, because it is. I'm telling you, that shit sounds like it's inside your head.
Hmm.
You know,
It
uh,
does.
but I know what I will like to tackle if this was an extended quarantine.
Hmm.
I
I mean, this is already going till the end of the month.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah, yeah,
extended
yeah.
already.
And you have Fantasy. I want to call it Fantasy Star. Look at me. Final Fantasy VII remake. It's probably. I expect it to be a mini game. Something that will
Yeah, but it's
probably
not
take
going to
like
be.
20 hours. No, no, it's not. We all know
Yeah,
that. We all know it's not gonna
yeah,
be. This is not the RPG you're looking for.
correct. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
But it's still gonna take. It's still gonna occupy. Knowing my time, my game time, uh, the month of April entirely. Or from the moment that gets out forward. So, you motherfuckers, stop chatting on yourselves and pay attention.
I'm listening.
I'm
So
talking.
What?
The what's it gonna be? The game that I want to tackle, believe it or not, is Persona 4.
Oh, I'm
really,
good.
you're going
Yeah,
backwards?
I need to. Here's the thing, I I need to see right now. If you were to look at the Metacritic, for example,
Hmm.
Persona Persona sorry, not Persona 4, my bad. Persona 5, I meant. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Persona
okay.
5.
I was gonna say
So
you're going. That's why you're
so
going backwards.
Persona
I'm like, wait a minute.
no, no, sorry, Persona 5. Persona 5 Royale right now, it is the the highest rated game this year. And I mean, we had a couple of good titles, right? So, and the previous one was, maybe not as highly rated, but it was still very highly rated. I played it. I got my enjoyment out of it, but I got fed up with it at some point because there was some stupid stuff. I need to find out what's going on with it. I super enjoyed Persona 3 and Persona 4. Probably some of my favorite RPGs of all time, right up there. You know, and for this
I
one to
remember. I
not have,
remember.
uh
No, I was gonna say I remember. I really enjoyed my time with Persona 5. It just it was it's one of those games where it's like, whoa, this is still going.
mm,
And on top of that, it's a turn-based RPG. You know what I mean? So it's like it's already it adds that adds a little bit of, man, this is still going. That's really I mean, I think that guy. I want to say I got to easily 120 hours. And I was like, I can't anymore. I just can't anymore. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it was there's always and then there's always repetition in video games, for the record, but there was this repetition that was happening. I was just like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god.
It was like
And
too
so,
structured
yeah,
almost.
correct. And
Like
it
you do
wasn't a
this, you
bad
do
thing.
that.
It wasn't it just in the end, I think it was just too much.
Yeah,
But I can never say that it was a bad game. I enjoyed a large portion of that game. I really had a lot of fun with it.
yeah.
um
Well, that's my
just
dilemma
got
now.
burned out. Yeah.
It's the fact that, well, not only that, but now it's even longer because they added a whole new semester,
Dear Lord.
uh, and they added a whole bunch of shit on it that supposedly improves the game. So I'm very curious enough to want to give it a go. I want to have the experience again that I had, and maybe this is just when you're when you're chasing after something that is impossible. I don't know. I forgot what the term for that is, but maybe it's that. But I am chasing that experience, that excitement, that great feeling that I have of playing the Persona games, because Persona, especially Persona 3, and Persona 4 too. Actually, they're too dear to my heart to to leave this one as, oh, this game is just inferior, and I can't say it's inferior because it's really not. Because when I think about it, it had it has the formula of the previous personas. It was just, I don't know. Maybe it was the characters, or maybe it was the setting. The whole thing just didn't click.
Is that the one where they shoot themselves?
That's
No, that's
Persona
three.
3.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's Persona 3. That game was just, it was just mind hard, mind
mind blowing.
blowing. Yeah. But I fucking love that game. That you have no idea. That's on PS2. So I freaking played Catherine thinking that it was gonna be another Persona, and it wasn't. And it was
I'll tell you, Catherine was
Catherine.
great.
Catherine is
Whatever.
great. Catherine
It
is
is
great, but it
great.
was not.
I am not playing a high school simulator. Thank you.
Catherine is not a high school simulator.
No,
I'm
that
talking
would be
about
Persona.
Talking
That
about
would be
Persona.
that would be Persona.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not playing
No,
any
no,
pervy
no, no.
games either, Mad Dog.
Catherine
Catherine
is
not pervy.
kind of a pervy game. Yes, I
Okay,
can't
maybe a
deny
little.
that portion. Yeah, I can't deny that. But it is still a great puzzle game, for the record.
Take your word for it.
I like I want to say I like JRPGs, but honestly, there hasn't been aside from Persona, there hasn't been any JRPGs that have called my attention in any way whatsoever. They seem to have they seem stuck in the days of yore, and
I
they
agree.
yeah, they haven't evolved like the RPGs of the West, anymore, and that's sad because
Like it doesn't matter which one I look at. It's just the same thing that I've been seeing for like 20 plus years. Like, guys, do you really not have anything else?
well, that's precisely the reason why I like the Persona series so much, because the Persona games, they for all the things that, yes, it has turn based, combat and stuff like that, but it's not the typical, oh, it's time to go into the overworld, oh, and now I go into a town, oh, anime, it's, well, it's anime as fuck because it's Persona, but it's
Yeah,
different.
really
The
anime as
gameplay
fuck.
is substantially different, and yes, it is a high school simulation of sort, but it's much more than that. That's just a
Okay.
portion of what it is.
I like the Shin Megami Tensei games, the Atlas games. I remember
Yeah.
enjoying them a lot, but at some point they kind of went off into this handheld period. And did they ever come out of it? Like, is there any other Atlas or Shin Megami Tensei game that's not Persona out for consoles right now?
No.
Right
I mean,
now,
there are
no.
there are games
No.
for consoles,
Yes.
but not at that level. It honestly.
Like, I remember
right now RPGs are Persona.
I remember. Oh, really? Because I remember Nocturne. Nocturne was super. I didn't finish Nocturne. It was super difficult. The leveling up was super slow. If the main character died, didn't matter how many people you had in your party, that was game over.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that was Persona 3. Actually, they did that shit. I hated
really?
it.
Oh, it was so
Persona
dumb.
3.
I never liked that.
Just protect your main character. Fuck the other ones, because
Fuck
the other ones
everybody
can die. You
else.
can revive them.
Yes.
But if your main character dies,
Oh, by the way, remember Dante? The Devil May Cry 2 Dante was in Nocturne.
I think I've heard about that. I think I heard
Yeah.
about that when I started looking into the Shin Megami Tensei games because of my love for Persona. But then I realized, yeah, but even Persona 2,
they're wildly
is too
different from
different.
Persona.
Yeah, well, because they have Persona and Persona 2, and like looking at those games, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I will care to play these games or even the remakes. I think what interested me about Persona 3, it was honestly very different. It was fucking the high school simulation. I don't know. I kind of, I don't know if it just brings me back to my days of high school or whatnot, but I kind of like that experience. Probably the reason why the only animes that I remember seeing on Crunchyroll were it had an element of, the main character is in high school or something like that.
I mean, well, a lot of anime and a lot
Oh,
of
that's a lot of anime. That's true.
are based off like in high school time.
That is true.
Even
This
Final
is a high
Fantasy.
school for soldiers.
Yeah, did you remember Final Fantasy 8?
See,
Oh,
yes,
Final Fantasy VIII was good. Leave it
I'm
it
not
was
alone.
saying that
good.
it was bad. I'm just saying the age. Like Squall is like 16 years old
I
in that
know it's
game.
that shit's fucking ridiculous. That annoys me though. Yeah,
You
I know.
know, well, I mean, there's
True.
a reason behind it. I think
And he
I still
looks like a
stumble.
grown ass man.
I
I know.
know.
I'm like,
He
damn.
like even the
Hey,
teacher is hitting on him. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Quintus. Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
there is this guy. There's this guy on YouTube. I think I sent you a couple of videos of him that he makes like very short video parodies of video games, and one of them was parodying anime where he will play a female character. He'll be like, you know, my name is Sexica. I have fought in the war of, so this. I am a veteran of this war, and now I work at a post office or something. By the way, I'm 14 years old. It's like, what the fuck?
Listen, like I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, right? There was this one character, and she looks like a little girl, right? Because the main characters, Gon and Kiro, are like kids,
Uh-huh.
and she looks like a little girl. She's actually 50 something years old,
Yeah,
and her
that-
and her real appearance when she turns into, she looks like a big buff guy, and I mean like a huge buff guy. But she hides it because she doesn't look like how she looks. Other than that, she looks like a little girl all of the time. Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
This little toddler is 10,000 years old. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, anime. Fuck you, anime. Get the hell out.
But listen,
I'm done with you.
I remember playing Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, and I love all the lore behind all the monsters. That shit was so, and honestly, it's like,
Yes, he has. What do you mean? But what each monster had like an explanation, like lore on
yeah,
it.
yeah, like
That's
a lore
Persona.
behind it. I know,
Persona has that shit. Like
dude,
all
it's
of them.
all, dude, it's all the same monsters.
Some
They're
of them,
all,
yeah, that's
they're
true.
all
That
the
is
same
that is
monsters to
true.
the
That is
point that
true.
if you look at the models over the years, it's the
Yep.
same models
They
but
don't
improved.
change. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. And some of them lore is like fucking dark. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this
but that,
devil used to take younger girls from the villages to rape them or something like that.
yeah.
You're like,
But
fuck, what?
that's I
This
believe
is
that it's
Persona.
real. That it's real Japanese lore.
Yes, it
And
is.
that
Yeah,
shit is like
yeah,
it's awesome, but it's dark as
yeah.
fuck.
It's dark as fuck. Yes. Yes, dude. I will say, Mad Dog, if you're ever curious and bored out of your mind and you still have, well, you don't have Persona installed, but let's pretend that you do. Just go over your Personas and start reading their description. You'll see
Yeah,
that some of them you're like, what
honestly,
the
seriously, do it. It is first off, it's trippy as shit and it's dark
fuck?
as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah. You can probably see it
Yeah.
online also. You don't have to reinstall
Even the
Persona.
cute ones.
Even the
No,
cute-
I
even the
remember
cute
doing.
one.
I remember doing that with the Personas in Persona 5, and I was just like there's
Whoa.
one with like what can only be considered a fucking dildo. It's like
I forget which one you're
a
talking about. Yeah.
phallic symbol, like
Yes.
literally on his pelvis, and I'm just
Yes.
like, okay, there's no like mistaking what's
No,
happening here.
no.
It's like
That's a
it's,
penis.
yeah. Sure. There's not
Subtlety
your
went out the window.
yeah,
I know.
exactly. I'm like, sure, there's no helmet, but let's be real. What I mean, we know what we're looking at here.
Come on.
So,
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I did do like a little dive into that, and when I did, I was just like, okay, I need to stop because this is just getting this is weird. Yeah.
But
I
it just goes to show that I've always loved games that have deep lore in them,
Yeah.
and I like diving.
I
into
do
that
too,
shit.
but I am personally one of those that wants to be told the lore, not have to go in and and the funny thing is I'll start off doing that. Like even in Doom Eternal, I started off doing it, and I got like probably a little more than halfway through the game, and at some point I'm just like, all right, I'm just not gonna read this. I just need to keep moving. I just need to keep moving. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude,
And
I
so
read
a
everything.
lot of the stuff that I ended up getting from it was after I beat the game. I was like, well, and I do this all the time. I do this with. There's so many crazy fucking YouTube documentaries for everything. So I go onto YouTube and saying, and I'll look at it, just information on the lore, who are the fucking makers, and all this other stuff. And it's fascinating, but I love it being told to me in a documentary form, as opposed to me going, all right, let's see,
Let me read.
let's wait, let me read all
Really?
this. I
Oh,
mean,
right,
like I said,
because you
to an
guys do
extent.
audiobooks because you motherfuckers don't read.
Because we don't
The
have time to sit down. Or probably we
Maybe
do
that is
now.
the case. Maybe that is. I mean, it's true. It could be the case. I mean, I literally, sir. I don't have the numbers for sure, but I am pretty sure I have surpassed the amount of books I have consumed digitally over actually reading books. And there was
I
a time
believe
I read
you.
books a lot. You know what I mean? I read books like all the time. We used to get the books from the library.
It's
Even
just
my wife, my
convenient.
son still do that.
Really?
But the,
I
yeah, the
can't.
audio
I don't.
the
I can't do
audiobooks, man.
audiobooks.
Dude, I have I used to have a 35-minute commute to work, so that was an hour and 10 minutes a day. And it's like I can either sit here and get pissed off of fucking traffic, or I can sit here and just listen to a story while dealing with traffic. You know what I mean?
Amen.
And it was easily the best way to spend that time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't distract you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can still pay attention to the road and everything, but I'm listening to a fascinating story at the same time. And that's how I consumed all the Witcher books. Well, not all of them, all the ones that I've done so far. Um, and I love them. They're great. But anyway, so yeah, for me personally, I like being told that information because usually there can be certain lost in reading it that you would get more in hearing it. You know, it's like it's almost in hearing it you understand a little more than actually just kind of perusing through the information. And that's what happens after a certain point. Like, yes, sure, the first few hours of Doom Eternal, I was hanging on every fucking word of the Doom, you know. But after a while, you just go, okay, and then it's
Nope.
written to be, in the ages of this, and then I'm like, okay, this is not interesting, you know. And by the time you get to the end, but dude, the entire last not half,
Yeah.
I'd say the last quarter of the game.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was literally just going, okay, maker, yes, okay,
Nope.
next
I
page,
read. I
yeah,
read every single word.
I
I
believe
did
you.
also, but
I believe
I agree I agree with Mad Dog in the sense that it just got way too dense for what this is. Like I was taking it as breaks basically from the fighting. It's like, okay, let me just relax now. I have my coffee. It's time to read a couple of these.
it's for me, and I guess this is what I love about films that show don't tell, right? That's the rule of film: show don't tell. You know, because if you tell, then it becomes this exposition dump that completely like drops an anchor on the story. And it's like if you're going to tell like those scenes, I'm going to try to keep to early scenes, but the scenes of the Doom Slayer early on getting brought in front of the priest, the hell priest, and all those scenes that you see, and I'm just like, this is actually pretty cool. Okay, I like this. I want to see more of it. But
Mm.
and I get for what Doom was trying to do, they're trying to say no, we're not going to do that because we said not going to do that. But I'm like, but you are doing it. So if you're going to do it, you might as well do it all the right way, make it a God of War, as opposed to going half-ass on it, and then I have to read the rest of it like it's fucking,
Yeah.
Well,
Destiny.
okay.
You know,
The reason I think it works for them is because, and this is what I've gotten from a few people that play the game. A lot of people don't care for any of the lore in Doom. They don't. Some people
no, I
are
know,
actually
I
kind of
know,
annoyed that there's any lore of Doom.
I
That's not what
know,
I'm here
I
for.
get
Like,
it. That's
but
what 2016 was. That was the whole deal that made 2016 an amazing thing. You had the lore if you wanted it, or you had the badass action game if you wanted it. The
right,
problem with Doom Eternal, and I think that with the failing in Doom Eternal is they made it a half step into the lore, but not completely. And suddenly you have this half step where it's like, okay, you're intriguing me with these cutscenes because now I kind of want to see the history. You know what I mean? Visually, I don't want to read it, but you're not showing me the whole history. You're just kind of saying, "Hey, there's more information." But, hey, go to the lore log in order to see it, though. And it's like, okay, now it feels completely half-assed. It's like you're not committing to
really,
one.
because I feel like
Well,
they
that's
did it right because they still show the Doomsayers like he still doesn't give a fuck as to like why anything. He
No, he
still doesn't
doesn't.
care.
But the problem is, if you're showing it to the audience, it's because the audience cares. Doomslayer doesn't have to care. But if you're going to try to make the audience care, well, then you have to commit to it and not do half-assing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So you have people. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're not going to commit to it, then just make Doom Eternal's lore the same way Doom 2016 was. Because then you're not going to have those frustrated people. And me as a gamer is going to go, well, I'm just going to blow everything up. You know, because that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody else is about. So
Listen, they're
that's
still
why I
having
think
an
it's
idea.
like they. Mhm.
No, go ahead, finish.
No, I was going to say that I think that's where the misstep happened, where it was like, okay, we're going to introduce a little bit more, but we're still going to be, hey, the Doomslayer doesn't care. But I'm like, again, if the Doomslayer doesn't care, then keep him not caring in the game. But if you're going to have these flashbacks, that's for us, not for him, because clearly he's been through it and he never cared. But if you're going to show it to us, then I'm starting to care, but you're not giving me enough now. And that's the shortcoming that I feel that Doom Eternal had, where I was like, I am interested, but now you're not giving it to me. And that's why when I finished the game, I went to YouTube and now just engrossed myself in these online documentaries about it, because it was like, now I'm getting what the game didn't give me because of whatever reason. You know what I mean? And that's how I knew about the fucking Hell Knights and the fucking Marauder and like, I got none of that from the game.
Real?
You
Well,
know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I
Why do
read
I?
all the lore, so I knew it already.
Well, I'm sure, but I didn't want to read all the lore, so I had to get it told to me because I'm like, it's again, gaming is very similar to a movie in the sense that it is a visual media. If it's visual, then make it visual. You know what I'm saying? To make it so that it's shown, not that's something I have to read, or
I don't know.
in the case of a movie, something that's told to me and not shown to me.
I don't know. Because I mean, just so you understand how much I read in video games. You know, Skyrim and Oblivion had all these books that you could read.
Oh hell no, son! You did not
I
read
read
all
most of
them
them.
books.
I
Oh
read not
fuck
all of
no!
them, but I
No,
read
no, I
most of
know
them.
not all of them, but every book that you encounter, you read.
I read the shit. I read it, and
Oh
you know
fuck,
what?
dude, those are
Some of
like
them,
20 something pages of it. You're
and I
reading
read them,
encyclopedias at that point.
and I read them,
All
and
right,
they were
well,
so much fun. And some of them even started
That's
quests.
great though. That's honestly that's great. And I don't in any way discount that as a
Oh,
way
I
of
know.
getting that information.
But also understand that I'm kind of
Absolutely.
peculiar like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is another way of doing it. But for me personally, for instance, The Witcher. The Witcher has a shitload of books. Do you think
yeah,
I read them all?
Oh,
No,
I'm
I did
definitely
not.
gonna read them.
I read a lot of them, particularly the ones that were like, they were pertinent to what I was dealing with at the moment. But no, I'm not gonna sit there and read, the fables of the sister witches. No, I'm like, is this important or is this just filling in a background I don't need? You know what I mean? So no, and I'm not discounting that at all. But I feel
Oh,
like
I know.
just a point on Doom Eternal is I feel that feel like a half measure. And when it's a half measure, it's like you don't know which one you want to go with, so you go halfway. And in that case, you really satisfy neither party. You don't satisfy me because I want to hear the lore, and you don't satisfy the ones that don't want to hear the lore because they're like, why are they showing me lore? You know what I mean? So you're fucking both sides over. You know what I mean? So if you either commit to one or commit to the other, and that's my issue with it. So
mm. Yeah.
all right.
I think, yeah, I think this is a good way to
We've
end it
spoken
there.
enough about nothing.
Yeah,
I
and about
concur
everything at the
100%.
same time.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to our second episode of a show
Nothing.
about nothing. As always, guys, go to goodgame.rocks. Join the conversation there. And if you're listening to this on any of the podcast services, please like, subscribe, and share the podcast. This is Mad Dog signing off for this week with one thing to say. And that is, I know it's comical to use this app called Zoom. However, for whatever reason, my dad decided to fucking download this app, and he made this ridiculous video call, which at first I was like, guys, I don't want to be part of this bullshit. I don't need to, you know what I mean? And it was like 10, 12 people on this fucking call. But I got to tell you, after a couple minutes of being in, seeing my father, seeing my sister, seeing my aunt, seeing my cousin, seeing these family members, and knowing they're all kind of just, quarantined just like we are, it really helped a little bit. And the little moment that we had together, it was just, we laughed, we showed each other the drinks that we're drinking, we were making fun of each other because some people didn't know what to fucking do on the camera, shit like that. And it was fun, and I think it's one of those things that can help at a time like this. So I just wanted to throw it out there. I think they're offering 40 minutes free of video chat. So if you have some family members and you just kind of want to touch base, it's free. It can go on your phone. It can go on your computer. Any device that you have can have it. It works ridiculously well, considering. I was shocked how well it worked. I looked at it and go, what the fuck is wrong with Skype? This shit works ridiculously well,
That's true. And it was never meant to be used at the scale that it was. That company pretty much exploded now. They're doing like amazing. This is a good time to be an investor on that company.
Investor in Zoom, exactly. Yeah. Well done. And again, just if you get a chance to do it. So Mad Dog signing off this week, Mr. Chaos Reaper.
I opened Facebook by mistake while you were talking there. I wasn't ignoring you. I did hear everything, but Sparrow Wolf did share this video, and I just gotta say, Bollywood is God's gift to cinema.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Yeah. I can attest to that.
Right, this is like batshit insane what I'm watching right now.
Batshit insane.
I'm gonna send you a Bollywood trailer for a couple films that are truly Bollywood, and we'll have you and the missus going, yeah, I gotta watch this shit. They are some good shit. And the beauty of it is that they tend to include English, because English is actually a major language in India. So just
this
FYI.
is insane. This is insane.
Please reshare, because I as you were mentioning, I'm going, I don't see it. What the fuck is that? But please reshare.
I sent it to the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Through Messenger, yeah.
All right, Mr. David Santos. Take us on.
Well, you guys are probably wondering or saying like, "Oh, this guy, you don't have a topic on the week. You're doing a show about nothing because you don't have a topic on the week." You're damn fucking right that we're doing a show about nothing because we don't have a topic on the week. And the reason we don't have a topic on the week is because we can't always just come up with this out of thin air. A lot of the things are happening in the world are making it difficult to come up with new ideas because not a lot of things are happening. So, and also every now and then, it's just good to relax and just talk about whatever,
Whatever, yeah.
So this feels like a scene out of Dynasty Warriors.
For the record, don't be shocked if the trequel or triquel, we'll call it part 3 of this doesn't happen next week.
The trilogy.
The trilogy. Thank you.
Between triplicating and
triplicating.
And
triplicating is the word, sir.
You guys are killing me tonight.
We're killing the English language. Believe me, I'm an expert on that. Anyway, guys, be safe, stay healthy. I wish you all very well, and please join us for the next episode. If you guys have ideas on topics that you want to hear us talk about, or want to know our opinions, by all means, put them on the group. We're constantly there sharing as many news as they come along. So
absolutely, yeah. Even a DM, direct message, if you want to just say, hey, if you guys can talk about this, done. We'll do it. We'll look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. That's my words.
Let's do closer. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. GG!